for you today. Colts Vikings at 1, Ravens Browns at 4:30, Dolphins Bills at 8:15. We've got a play on all 3 games, and it's on a free recorded message. Call right now, 888-366-3733, 888-366-3733. That's right. All 3 of your Saturday games are on the free recorded message right now. Colts Vikings, the side of that game is on the free recorded message. Ravens Browns, Dolphins Bills. 3-0 on a free recorded message. Call right now, 888-366-3733, 888-366-3733. Guys, it's week 15. It's Saturday action. That means we've got Saturday action. We've got Sunday action. It's time to build a bankroll for college bowl games right around the corner. We've got men's college basketball. We've got NBA. We've got NHL. This is the run of the season to build a bankroll. 3-0 today on a free recorded message. Call right now, 888-366-3733. And that's not all. Over at freewinners.net, Paul Nolan, another $49 guaranteed total.
Guys, we love Colts Vikings. I know I'm going to win that game. Go to freewinners.net. Sign up right there. That game doesn't cover the spread. I'll give you 7 days every night of the week. I will text you a best bet guaranteed to win 7 days or your money back as well. So go there right now. freewinners.net. $49. Colts Vikes total guaranteed to win.
888-366-3733, 888-366-3733. Colts Vikings side, Ravens Browns, Dolphins Bills, all 3 on the free recorded message. $49 guaranteed winner. Colts Vikings, that total guaranteed to cover or your money back or 7 free days of service over at freewinners.net. Call now, 888-366-3733, 888-366-FREE is the number to call, 888-366-3733.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Go damn power!
A good Saturday morning, Philadelphia. I'm Andrew Salciunas. Don't dance. I mean, we're okay. We don't get the open right. I come in here. I didn't get a chance to eat my mini crumb cake, and not even the open plays correctly. What is going on here? It's okay, Matt. Don't worry about it.
No.
No?
Not okay.
There it is. There it is.
Matt comes in here, that scumbag, and he asked me, first of all, he said, I believe you said,
Wait, hold on. And a good Saturday morning, Philadelphia. Okay, go ahead.
First of all, he said, good morning. Who the hell decided that it was a good morning for me?
Yeah,
Apparently he
you
did.
are in an
Second of
awful
all,
mood.
awful mood.
Like, I saw it when I walked in. I was kind of like, I'm just going to let this one go. And then
Yeah.
you told me right away.
Yeah. Give me 3 hours, I'll be all right.
Okay.
All right, around noon, I'll be fine. But then he asked the question, what's your open? I said, sure shot. What the hell did he open up with?
I didn't say good morning. I said, what's up, man?
He said, what's up, man?
He did say, what's up,
Come
man.
on. Don't
He
lie.
did say, I apologize to Matt on that.
There's enough lying going on at the station.
There is. There's enough betrayal going around for everybody this holiday season. So he did. He said, what's up, man? What's your open? I said,
Okay.
sure shot.
All right.
And then he opens up. Part of me, I hope that it was intentional. Matt, was it intentional?
It was to wake you up.
Yeah. Hey, got you. Look at you.
If it's intentional, I'm about it.
Yeah, I kind of
His
respect
attitude
it.
was, you know what? F this guy. He wants sure shot. I'm giving him what I want.
Yeah, this guy's in a bad
I
mood.
went DJ request. I'm all about that. But if that is an accident, that is an egregious accident.
Or it wasn't an accident. He told me in my ear. He said, I'm going to do this on purpose. So it's okay.
All right, no, I respect
Listen, what are you going to do?
I respect it because I've done it before.
Yeah, I have. There was a...
Oh, you want this song? Cool. Here you go.
No, the worst one
Here's
was...
Tracy Chapman.
There was like that stretch of like 3 weeks that I was doing both middays and Mike.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, it's 10 o'clock in the morning and you're hearing the Mike Miscellaneous open. And then at 2 o'clock, you're hearing Anthony's open. And it's like, all right, yeah, we got to...
Time becomes a flat circle at that
it just
point.
happens. You forget and you just type in the buttons, the letters.
People don't realize it just becomes
It's hard
monotonous.
work, damn it. All right?
People think it's so easy being us.
No, it's not. Come on now.
I mean, many people have tried to press that button and failed.
Yeah, they failed.
It's the one button I can find.
There is only
On
one
that
button
board.
now with the new system. But I hope everyone's having a good morning. Pat is miserable today, so I almost
I'm not in
need
a
your
good
help
mood.
today.
Not in a good mood at
I'm
all.
going to do one of those shows where it's like, I need help from the people today. 610.
610.
Because Pat's just in a miserable mood. We are 8 days away from Christmas.
I wasn't in a bad mood until.
7 days away from Christmas Eve,
Yep.
where we get to watch the Eagles take on the Cowboys. And Pat is just absolutely miserable today. And it's
Today.
yeah, but I'm like, I need more out of you. Like, I do need this anger sometimes out of you, but right now I'm in a good mood and you're bringing me down. Like, the Sixers won yesterday.
They did.
And the Sixers have looked good recently. I know that Warriors team's a bit of a mess this year,
Yeah.
but the Sixers have looked good the last couple of games. Maybe it's one of these.
Revenge game.
Dude, he was on fire to start the game.
Yeah.
But maybe this is one of these winning heals everything. And I'm hoping that Sixers fans are kind of coming back down to earth a little bit, because look, I mean, we've talked about it every single weekend together that it just hasn't looked right. And we really didn't know what the answer was, and maybe it is just they're playing together once again, because there was the time when Embiid, Harden, and Maxey were all hurt. Now Maxey's still not back yet. Did not look good, by the way. I know Doc said that he's going to be out a couple more weeks. There was a timeout on the floor, and I saw Maxey just like limping really bad. Wasn't wearing a boot.
I'm cool with him staying out.
Yeah, no, I get it, but it's just like, damn, that was a bad limp, as if like he just got hurt.
I wonder if he
yesterday.
re-aggravated something.
Yeah, because Doc,
The timeline was originally
right,
supposed to be
right
Christmas.
around now, yeah.
And as you say, if he's limping that badly.
Dude, it was bad. Like, it looked like, when you were playing basketball in your heyday and you rolled on somebody's ankle, and that immediate, like that feeling, like that's what it looked like yesterday when I was watching him walk. And I was like, God, that doesn't look good. Who knows when this comes back? But maybe it's just them playing again. And I still don't know how it's going to look when Maxey comes back. That was one of my biggest things. I talked to you about it two weeks ago, I think, that when these guys are all back, I still don't know what the role is. Like, it's not like the Warriors of old where it's Klay Thompson doesn't even have to dribble the
he just
basketball.
stays in the corner.
They find a way to, get him open, off-ball screen, and then Curry does his thing, Kevin Durant does his thing. Harden is so half court, Embiid is so half court, but they both need the ball so much in their hands to be effective. And then there's Maxey, who is so good on the run and so good in transitions and so good in a fast-paced game that I just go, I don't know how this necessarily works. You could try to figure it out. Do they have the coach to do it? I don't know. But right now, they've won 4 straight games. I'm in a good mood today. And there you are.
Sorry.
But it's nothing to do with sports. And we'll discuss it at some point.
No, it has nothing to do with sports. Active betrayal that happened. But,
yeah, but look, we'll
no,
talk
sports
it out.
is good. I mean, at this point, I equate the Eagles season to the NFL draft season. When you have the clear-cut number 1 pick come bowl season, right?
Yeah.
This guy that everyone's like, this is the best player in the draft. He's the clear-cut number 1. And then all of a sudden you have that gap between bowl season and the draft. You have like the combine, the interview process, the workouts. And you just start trying to find faults in the number 1 overall pick that eventually you just concoct one in your head. Like, oh yeah, he doesn't throw great on days after it rains.
Right.
And you're like, what? Yeah, so I got him projected to go 3rd now. And you're like,
what does that mean?
3rd? Because you were spending all this time looking for a fault in something that didn't have any faults. That is the Philadelphia Eagles right now. So life's good with them.
Dude, I saw the latest thing that I've been seeing on social media. And sometimes social media is a dark, dark place, right?
Yeah, it's a cesspool.
But dude, the latest thing, and I've seen this over and over again, because when one person screenshots something and tweets it out, then all of a sudden 85 different accounts do that. It happens to our work all the time.
Yeah.
I saw somebody screenshot the unrestricted free agents after this season. And there's like 13 players that are, and it's like key play. Like Miles Sanders is one of them. Jason Kelsey is one of them. He signed the 1-year deal, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if Kelsey wants to come back, he's
starting.
He's not signing with the Chargers, folks.
Right, exactly. But it's now gotten to the point of, oh my God, they have to win now. They have to win now. And it's like, well, hold on a second. Some of your key players, your other key players that are doing things this year for you are locked up for 3 more years, 4 more years. A.J. Brown, 4-year deal. Dallas Goedert's got 3 more years. Like, take it easy. But there's this notion of, oh my God, they have to win this year or else.
Oh my God.
And it's almost like
God.
A lot of people did this with the Phillies. When the Phillies lost the World Series, there was like, oh my God, they might never get back. It's like, oh, come on. Like, how are you saying that the day after the loss of the World Series? Like, they might get back. Who knows? It's a tough thing to do, but
they act like Michael Scott when there's a fire drill.
Right. Oh my God, it's happening.
Oh my God, it's happening. Like, first of all, I do not worry one bit about the cap situation with Howie Roseman.
No.
You've never seen Howie Roseman for his draft faults that he has had in the past. You've never seen Howie Roseman not be able to re-sign a player he wanted to re-sign.
Right, exactly.
Never.
He makes it work.
So if a guy leaves Philadelphia, if Miles Sanders leaves Philadelphia, it was because Howie Roseman didn't want Miles Sanders back. He would have been able to match up the dead cap money and all that crap and been able to match an offer from a competitor and then been able to restructure a contract and find more cap space.
Right.
So the pending free agency, I don't even worry about that.
Well, and here's the thing.
And the Miles Sanders, the pending free agency with him, okay, fine. Look at the pending free agents for the Eagles. Then look at the pending free agents in running backs
in
alone.
all of the NFL.
It is stacked this year. The number one running back on the market is Josh Jacobs, who leads the league in yards.
It's not Miles Sanders.
So, the fear-mongering that takes place when you have, week schedule, weak opponents, you're 12-1. It's like, yeah, you have all this time to think about the negative of what's, I heard trap game this week.
Yeah.
Okay, normally I might buy into it. This year I'm like, stop.
Well,
you're looking for something. There's no trap game.
If we were to go, in theory, this is a trap game because you got the Cowboys.
By definition, it is with this team.
It's already being talked about, not just with us, but in the, they're
media.
at, Micah Parsons said this. What do you think about Micah Parsons? And then, Jalen Hurts can be all stoic as he wants. I'm only worried about Chicago. And it's like.
Yeah, Jordan Mailata said we're not facing the Chicago Micah Parsons.
Yeah, but they heard it.
It's on their mind, but at the end of the day, this is not an Andy Reid-led football team. Because Andy Reid every year would have the trap game loss that you go, what the hell happened?
Right.
Whether it be Josh Webb throwing the rock for the Vikings on a Tuesday night, or they lost to Jamarcus Russell won 17 games in his NFL career, and he beat the Eagles in one of them. There was always that letdown game with Andy Reid. I don't see a letdown game with Nick Sirianni. I think they go into Chicago, they hammer him. Chase Claypool's out. Justin Fields is sick, healthy-ish now. I don't know. But he's going to be wishing he was
play,
sick.
but
Yeah, he's facing the number one defense. This is going to be a cakewalk. You're just looking for a problem. With the Sixers, you've got Embiid back to MVP form.
Right.
The Phillies are spending money.
And look,
life is good
remember,
for a Philadelphia sports fan.
I said to you, look, injuries aren't a good thing, right, by any means. But it almost seemed like when Maxey and Harden are out, Embiid realized, all right, it's I got to do something here. And I feel like it woke up the bear. Right? And now all of a sudden, this guy, like you said, is playing like the MVP again. It was really when Harden went down, because Maxey didn't go down yet. And Embiid started having some big nights. Because remember, Maxey's point totals went down from 30 to the teens.
Yeah.
Because Embiid's give me the damn ball, which I respect. He's the best player on the team.
And he's earned that.
And 100% he's earned it. And now, even with Harden coming back, you're still seeing Embiid put up 34 again last night, another 13 rebound performance. And Harden was great yesterday, 27-9.
Yeah,
it seems like they're starting to play their game.
I feel like they're gelling very well.
Right,
they're
they are
starting to find each other. They're starting to mesh.
And then the next question is, and it's almost again, injury isn't good, but it's almost working out perfectly where it woke up a sleeping bear in Embiid. Harden's back, but there's no Maxey, so it's their chance for the two of them to really work things out in the court. And then Doc can do whatever he can. Doc and his 85 coaches. All right, so this is clearly working. What is it that we do when Maxey comes back? How do we make it work with him? And then you could start easing him back in, and then maybe you have a dominant team again, the team that we all expected to be dominant before the season started. My biggest thing with the Sixers and the fans is that they've won 4 straight games. So before the 4 straight games, they had played 24 games. Before game 1, everybody loved the roster. Everybody loved the roster. There was a little questioning, okay, how's PJ Tucker going to look? What is Montrezl Harrell actually going to give you? Who is DeAnthony Melton? Because a lot of people didn't really know who he was as a basketball player. But how is this going to work? But everybody was excited. Everybody was happy when they signed PJ Tucker because he brought that dog mentality, as Nick Sirianni would say.
Yep.
And they didn't have that last year, right? George Niang went from your 6th man to a 3-point specialist. Furkan Korkmaz went from a 3-point specialist to non-existent at times. But 24 games into the year, it was, this team stinks.
Yeah.
24 games into the year where Embiid
this
had missed
isn't
a lot
working.
of time.
I think part of
Harden
that,
missed a lot of time. Maxey has still not been back. So, like, to me, it's even though I've had my doubts, I'm still kind of like, well, let me just see how it looks.
I like the fact that you have that approach because I had the opposite approach.
Okay.
And I think the reason why I was so, panic mode would be the right word, or like non-believing mode that they could turn it around, was I had seen this before.
Yeah.
A coach that had a reworked roster that we all convinced ourselves was going to be actually a better roster than last year. And then he just seemingly didn't know how to coach it. And then he lost the team.
Yeah.
And it was shaping up to be that with Doc Rivers, where they did this drastic facelift, but this time it really wasn't the starters, it was the bench. And they got that dog mentality, and they overpaid for PJ Tucker, which even the biggest PJ Tucker advocates would admit that he was.
Yeah, he got paid a lot of money. And that's why he worked out the Harden, he's getting paid.
The restructuring.
He's getting paid elsewhere, but,
Yeah, he's making something. But then you spend all offseason believing that they've worked it out, and then the game gets played. And it was the fact that they didn't seem to know how to play with like Maxey. Like, they didn't even seem to know what to do with him. And then you're right, the injuries have kind of woken up Embiid because early on in the season he didn't look good.
He didn't look good, no.
But he's back to,
I know everybody says he always starts the season slow. And he does, but there was like, you said something earlier this year that it looked like the year after the Raptors when we all thought, all right, he cried.
Yeah.
He's going to change.
And it looked the exact opposite.
And then that happened all year. Like, that wasn't a first 2 months of the season he started off slow. It was the whole year. And you said that to me earlier this season. I was like, you might not be wrong. I mean,
it's a fear of mine of and I would understand it. I mean, he was having a dominant MVP season. And the MVP is ripped from his grasp because of Vorp and Raptor,
right?
By a bunch of nerds that don't want to like validate. They think that by giving him the MVP, it'll validate the process. So he gets that ripped from him, and then he's like, "All right, well, I'll prove in the playoffs." He's playing in a game that he shouldn't have even been in that point because it was a blowout.
Mm-hmm.
Breaks his face, and he's like, "Oh, here we go again." I wouldn't even have blamed him for pouting and moping and being like, "Well, no matter what I do, it's not going to matter. I'm not going to get validation from the writers. I'm not going to get any luck in the playoffs of, I'll get my face broken for a second time.
And then I'm going to hear about it from the fans, which, look, you saw that thing from Embiid earlier this week with Yahoo Sports where they want to trade him. And I don't think it's, he stinks, trade him. But it's like, oh, man, another injury.
Yeah.
And that's not his fault. It's not his fault that Pascal Siakam cheap shot him in the face.
So I brought this up to John Kincaid. Tyrone Johnson, who does a great job from 2 to 6, brought up that he agreed with Embiid. Like, he's noticed that fans want him gone. Yeah. And John said, well, no. I've been doing the show for 2 years, and I haven't sensed that. And I was like, well, keep in mind, you've been doing the show for 2 years, which is accurate. No lies detected there. But Tyrone was doing Sixers Outsiders for years.
Right.
And he's getting the immediate reaction. Right. And John made the point of, well, Twitter's not real. It's 14% of the people. And I said, you're right. But you know who's on Twitter is Joel Embiid. Right. So after a loss, Embiid's going on Twitter. And when they lose, who's getting all the blame? Yeah. Joel Embiid.
When all of a sudden his notifications, he gets the alert. Do you want to hide notifications?
Yeah. It's giving him a false sense of reality that there are a stronger contingent of people out there that want him gone. There are people that want him gone. Okay? There are people that go, I don't know if they can win with him. Our buddy Vince Pellegrini. Yeah. He doesn't hate
It's
Embiid.
not a hate thing.
No, he just thinks that they won't be able to win with having the ball go through a center. So far, he's not wrong. Right. I don't sense the hate in this town for Embiid at all. No. I mean, that is false.
And if anything, he's loved. He heard one guy as he's walking off a court, you're a bum.
And that's the problem.
And look,
it's immediate reaction.
We've done shows where you probably had a caller that pissed you off.
Yep.
And you hung on to it for a week.
Oh, I had a producer come in today and ask me, and when Dave was going, what's up, man? I was like,
how long are you going to be angry about that?
Probably another 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Well, every time you look in there, you get reminded.
Just like my face gets so.
He's got the nice Sixers gear on though.
He does.
I like the hat.
No, Matt always comes in like repping.
Yeah.
Like I don't know where he gets this stuff from, but it's like it's just
Rally House.
Maybe.
Rally House.
No, but like he comes in with
it's your city, it's your house.
I think the guy has a T-shirt for every single player. For like every single Eagles player.
Does he really?
It's impressive. Yeah. Like
how many you got?
I don't know how many I have. He's still mad because I got the Mailata shirt because he thought he was King Mailata.
I am King Mailata.
You're the vice president.
But
Wow.
you, okay. First of all, you were not taking hate tweets when they drafted Andre Dillard. And I put out the tweet of, why are they drafting Andre Dillard? They have Jordan Mailata. You weren't getting those hate tweets. So sit this one out, bud.
That was a lucky guess, man.
Sit this one out. I got reminded by people, he's a 6th round pick or 7th round pick. He's a No, I forgot that. My bad. Idiots.
Wow.
Man, Pat needs hugs.
Every single former offensive lineman.
He needs an oatmeal raisin cookie.
Every single former offensive lineman turned analyst said, oh my God, look what they have in this kid. It's incredible. They're going to go from Jason Peters to Jordan Mailata. You just got to give him time. So they draft Andre Dillard. They trade up for this kid who's crying at practice. They trade up for him. I question the move, and I go, he's a 7th round pick, right? No, man. No, I thought he was a 1st. I'm still bitter about those people. I kept receipts.
Let me get you an oatmeal raisin cookie.
Not having an oatmeal raisin right now in the worst way. We got a break.
Oh, we got a
I can't see my glasses.
All right, so the number to climb is 610-632-0975. It's become kind of like a weekly question of where we're at with the Sixers because it seems like every Saturday they're either on a losing streak or they're on a winning streak.
Dude, it really does.
And it's not like 10 games. It's 3 or 4. But when when losses pile up, we start freaking out. Oh, Doc this, Doc that. Oh, Embiid this, Embiid that. They don't look good. I remember when I freaked out in joy when they beat the Bucks. I came in here like, let's go.
You're peacocking.
And then I get the alert, Maxi's out in 4 to 6 weeks, and now there's a delay.
Never mind.
Now it's going to happen even longer. But they've looked good the last couple of games. Now that Harden's back, Harden looks. That one of the biggest concerns of mine was when Harden during the offseason was cut. Like he looked great, man. We did the media day, Anthony and I, and he came up to us and he did the show. He stopped by the show, and I was like, dude, like he looks really good. And I was like, damn, injured foot for a guy that the fat suit was a fat suit, right, or whatever. It was bad camera angles.
It's like, I think it was bad camera angles, and he just wears, he wears some LBs sometimes. I mean. Who am I to judge, right, Andy?
Well, I mean,
COVID-19, I gained the COVID-22.
But sometimes it's like the Embiid thing. When Embiid misses 2 weeks of games,
you worry about conditioning.
It takes him 2 weeks to get back to where he was. So all of a sudden, it's not the same Embiid for a month. And James Harden, I was kind of worried about that, but he looks fantastic ever since he's come back. So we should be in a good place right now with the Sixers. They've won all 4 games so far of their 6-game home stretch. That loss to the Rockets really pissed me off because that should have been the beginning of this winning streak. But whatever.
You called that, didn't you?
Yeah. I said
the last game of a road trip. And
well, no, I said they should have won that game, but I thought that they would start winning here at home because the schedule is light. And look, they've won 4 straight games. The only thing I missed was the Rockets game. I thought they'd be on. I thought they at this point have won 4 or 5.
All right, so you don't know basketball.
I know nothing. But I did not think that one loss would be the Rockets. But here we are. They've won 4 straight games. I'm in a good place. We all should be. Now, on the side today, I have a question for all of you at 610-632-0975. And I'll explain more on the other side, but I want you to think about this during the break. And, Matt, I want you to think about this as well. An instant bad karma move. Now, I'm not saying murder. Because if you murder someone,
it's bad karma.
That's bad karma. The karma train's coming your way.
Let me tell you, Wake and Cake does not condone murder.
No,
let's get that clear.
We're anti-murder on this show.
Before Crossing Broad puts out
we should start running the promos where it's like the Anthony Gargano show. It should be Wake and Cake anti-murder show. Like we don't like that.
Yeah, we don't. We're not fans of that at all.
No, not at all. So the instant bad karma moves, because I saw something happen yesterday. I was making my drive to Maggie's Waterfront Cafe. I had my appearance there last night. Good spot. And back-to-back weeks, I saw this take place, and it is an instant bad karma move. But I want your examples as well, okay? 610-632-0975. We got Paul Nolan coming up at 10:10 to give us some picks. I was listening to them on the show this morning. He's all Andy Daltoned up. Big Andy Dalton guy.
So I don't know about you. I've been following the Saints quite a bit this season.
The picks, yeah.
Yeah, they have a pick. Mm-hmm. It's going to the Eagles. I don't know if you heard that rumor. I was pretty pissed off at Arthur Blank for sitting Mariota because I don't think that they have a shot in hell of starting Desmond Ridder against the Saints.
Ridder shocks the world.
I hope you're right.
I
didn't think Ridder was that. I didn't really like him coming out of college.
My best friends in my fantasy league, and he lost. He had Mike White.
Oh, okay.
Who's not clear for contact. His other quarterback was Geno. He obviously didn't play him Thursday.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, pick up Ritter.
Yeah.
Shock the world. But I think he's going with Huntley, which is probably not a bad move.
No, but I'm not happy with the decision making.
I don't blame you.
We need the Saints to lose out. If they end up losing this game, though, the Saints will end up losing out.
They're going to lose this game.
Speaking into existence.
Lock.
From your mic to God Radio.
Lock. Let's go. He's Pat Egan. I'm Andrew Salciunas. We're taking until noon right here in The Fanatic.
97.5 The Fanatic.
Gary Barbera's Big Finish event is a bumper-to-bumper total clearance. We got the car with the biggest, baddest, deepest December discounts. New cars up to 10 grand off. Inventory's flying because with Barbera's 0 down and no payments for 3 whole months, you need nothing. That's why Birds coach Nick picks Barbera.
Boy, I guess.
Philadelphia's credit connection.
Instant credit, 0 down, no payments. New cars up to 10 grand off. Hello. Gary Barbera's blowing out the bargains. Along with a generous donation to the U.S. Marines Toys for Tots. Everything's included, even the kitchen sink. But if you miss it, you're walking.
Cost Barbera Care. 10K off on stock number 22C1014. While supplies last. 0 down and no payments for 90 days for well-qualified buyers on select vehicles. All offers plus tax tags and 422 doc fee. Expires January 2nd, 2023.
Follow that bag to Barbera's biggest ever year-end clearance, where all we do is discount Dodges, Chryslers, Rams, and Jeeps even cheaper.
This is Coach Sirianni. Is Barbera the best?
0 down, no payments.
Boy, I guess.
Go Birds!
Hey, Sixer fans, it's Matt Cord for the Bet Parks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers. The Bet Parks app is fun to use. Build around on what you want right from your phone. It's easy to sign up, great customer service, and faster to win than ever before. Download the Bet Parks app today. The Bet Parks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers.
See website for terms and conditions. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
BetParks is all about football. The BetParks Sportsbook app hooks you up every weekend with special promos on college football Saturdays and pro football Sundays. Every Saturday, BetParks offers a special half the spread promo on one select college football game, and they cut the spread in half at the same odds. Every Sunday, BetParks presents the double the spread promo on one select pro football game and doubles the spread at the same odds. Check out details at the BetParks app, at BetParks on Twitter, or BetParks.com. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Ricky Bo. Is your home in need of new windows and doors, but you decided to brave through one more cold season before making the plunge? Then let me tell you why acting now will not only keep your family feeling warm all winter long while lowering your high heating bills, but also save you big bucks with the big end-of-year sale from my good friends at Guided Door and Window. Guided is bringing back their biggest discounts of the year. Receive 40% off each window you buy. Yes, 40% off every professionally installed window. You'll also receive 40% off any door, including entry doors, patio doors, garage doors, and storm doors. And don't worry about touching your holiday money, because Guida will start your project with no money down and allow you to pay it off interest-free for up to 12 months. If you need new windows and doors, then you need to go Guida right now so you can take advantage of all these huge savings. All prior sales are excluded. Offer expires December 31st. So call Guida today to schedule a free in-home estimate at 1-877-GO-GUIDA or visit them at GoGuida.com. That's go, GUIDA.com.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
I love betting on the NFL. Hey, it's Jen Scordo. I'm always finding new player or game props. And what's cool about FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge is you can combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout. Perfect for Sunday's game. Of course, my same game parlay will include our own home team going up against the Bears. Of course, Philadelphia will win. I like the money line. I don't love the spread. Always, always, always a Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. And I like A.J. Brown to score first this week. There's no feeling like nailing a same-game parlay bet. So lock in your bet today on FanDuel Sportsbook. If you're new to FanDuel Sportsbook, sign up today with promo code SCORDO for your no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's promo code SCORDO and make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
21 plus in present PA. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Dell Technologies' Days of Deals for Business start now with fresh, limited quantity deals on tech to drive productivity. Save on select performance laptops and desktops powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything, and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Hey, you heard me talk about Steven Star Restaurants. My favorite gift this year, a Star gift card. One card can be used at locations, not just great spots in Philadelphia, but New York, D.C., Florida, too. And here's the best part. When you buy a Steven Star gift card, you get a gift, too. Steven Star thanks you for gifting his Star gift cards. Enjoy a bonus $50 Star gift card when you purchase $500. And for every additional $250 in gift cards you buy, you get another $50. Shop now at stargiftcards.com. That's STARR giftcards.com.
Since the dawn of time, men and women have fought over one thing: the temperature. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm sweating. I'm freezing. It's time to end the thermostat wars. With special financing offers on a high-efficiency heating and cooling system, including Trane's whole house air filtration system, you'll get even, consistent heat and breathe cleaner, healthier air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
It's closer to kickoff. Stock up now because game day is so close you can almost taste it. Football watching. Better with Pepsi.
The right gift makes all the difference this holiday, and PGA Tour Superstore has something for every player on your list. The home for golf pros and beginners, PGA Tour Superstore has the largest selection in golf clubs, shoes, apparel, and more. Visit their Plymouth meeting store or shop PGATourSuperstore.com.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey. In a world of division, we bring people together. 97.5 The Fanatic.
I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me baby. All the other boys try to chase me, but here's my number.
Songbird.
So call me baby. I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me baby. And all the other boys.
I don't know if he's trying to embarrass me, but I'm not. Like, I'm still bopping to it.
Trying to lighten the mood for you, man.
You know where you don't get this? Brewery radio.
I missed you so.
You don't get this on Brewery Radio.
Not get this on Brewery Radio.
But you get this on Wake and Cake. All right, Saturdays.
Good.
Here,
that's
97.5 The Fanatic.
Like, I respect the fact that I came at Matt and he files, 3-piece and a soda back my way.
Yeah.
Like, I like that.
That's good.
A little 3-piece combo action. Like, I respect that. And I was still bopped to that song. That song is
it's a banger. It's a banger, yeah. And you sing it so eloquently. So
yeah, that was
at Temple.
That was fan.
No, we were at Temple.
We were at Temple.
Temple hoodie.
And I didn't know that we were live.
By the way, I see that you got your hat.
I did get my hat.
I'm happy for you.
Did get my hat.
Matt, I'll ask you your thought on this. Well, he was like more worried about it.
Yeah.
Pat was worried that he's wearing the Rough Riders?
Frisco Rough Riders.
Frisco Rough Riders hat. It's got Teddy on it. And he was worried, like he liked the hat, right? But he was worried that if he bought it, would it be a bad look because it's a minor league team that's not the Phillies?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, nobody knows.
But I feel like people know what the minor league teams for the Phillies hats look like. So
Somebody doesn't even. I guarantee you walk into Walmart and somebody doesn't even know that that's a minor league hat. They
Maybe
just
not.
think you're just some lunatic with a Teddy Roosevelt hat on.
I don't know what team that is, but I know that it's not the Phillies team. So F this guy.
They don't know that. They might assume it is just because it's maroon.
Yeah,
They
that's
might
true.
think maybe that is like a low A team.
I'm just a big Teddy Roosevelt fan. The guy was a badass. So I just like him.
See, my first thought would be that that's like a Nationals hat. Because Teddy does they do
Teddy
the running
win thing.
Yeah. That would be my first thought.
I didn't think about that. Now I'm like,
no, now it's even worse.
It's even worse because I'm thinking,
No,
like,
stop
it's a divisional opponent.
Somebody probably just thinks you're a weirdo that has a Teddy Roosevelt hat.
Well, not wrong.
Yeah, I guarantee you,
I'm not the most normal guy in the world. I'm a little different.
Even the most diehard sports fans that we talk to wouldn't even realize it might not realize it in passing. So you're fine. Don't worry about it. I'm glad you got the hat.
What's the oddest sports apparel item that you have that you wear? Like this.
Oh, that I
This
wear?
is probably. This isn't even probably in my top 3 for like weird apparel where when you wear it out, people are like, I have no idea what that is.
Dude, I honestly don't know.
Do you have anything weird?
I do have stuff weird. Like
And by weird, I mean like just like
when my dad,
not a conversation starter, but you put it on and you know that it's not the normal like Phillies, Eagles, Sixers, Flyers.
So when my dad, my sister studied abroad in Lithuania. Shocker. And my dad took her out there to get her settled. He came home with a jersey for me. No player name. It was just like, the team jersey.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even like one of the main teams. It was almost like a G League.
It's like a deep cut.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I have it still. I've never worn it out.
That's awesome.
I definitely, because it's not like a typical jersey. Like I remember wearing it on like I was in high school, so like I wore it on the courts, when I was running ball,
Now you're here with me.
So that would be kind of like
that's absolutely it. Yeah.
Thing that I own, but Philadelphia sports related, I don't think I have anything.
No, I'm not asking Philadelphia sports related. Just
no, sorry, you said that I wear. I don't know. I don't think I've worn anything like really weird recently.
And just, as I said, just by weird, I mean
like I have a Randy Wolf jersey. Is that weird?
Yeah, that's a little. Now it is. I think that qualifies.
But I've only worn it like here out of like a joke. But people know what a Wolf jersey is. It's not like I have to explain the Randy Wolf jersey.
No, yeah, and that's like if I see a guy at a ballpark wearing a Randy Wolf jersey, I'll turn my head.
Blue, by the way,
because
not even red.
Jerseys are an investment where you're like, I don't care, man. I pay this much money, like I'm wearing.
I'm gonna wear it,
right?
yeah.
So if you have a Kevin Millwood
I saw
jersey,
a Rodney Pete jersey,
at
Cheese and Pizza Malvern yesterday.
I don't know the jersey thing because they're cheaper. I mean, not anymore, but because they were cheaper, it's more easy to just be like, yeah, toss this. I'll get something new. So if I see someone still rocking a Bobby Abreu, which like me and you are huge Bobby Abreu
Love
fans,
Bobby Abreu.
but I have like the utmost
underappreciated.
Yeah, very much. But I have the utmost respect for that person because you figure they've been wearing it for a decade plus, probably at this point close to 2 decades. So I have respect for that person. Because it's a jersey, it's like, yeah, all right, whatever. It's a $20 t-shirt. I'll toss it.
What's your weirdest
jersey?
You said that's not even your weirdest.
No, I have a Belfast Giants hockey jersey.
Okay.
So it's an Irish team over in Europe. Owen Nolan played for him. Theo Fleury played for him. It doesn't have their name on the back, but that's pretty.
Oh, dude, by the way, speaking of totally out of nowhere that I would love to wear, and like it's this conversation, I saw a guy wearing it. I told you I had a really big day last Saturday. I went to Longwood Gardens. I didn't even bring it up on the air because I didn't want to deal with that.
Didn't hear an update about how that went, but
it was. I looked at the plants. But as we're walking out, there's a guy wearing a jacket, and it was the Knights jacket from The Natural.
That is cool.
And I literally went up to this gentleman, and I was like, "That's awesome." And he's like, "Oh, hey."
Yeah.
And then we were leaving, so I didn't want to have the conversation. But I had to give him his props. Like, it was a really cool, the brown leather sleeves with the blue. And I was like, dude, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's a bust out.
That's a bust out item. I would wear that to be like, look what I got.
So I always wanted a Roy Hobbs jersey.
Okay.
But not the Knights. I wanted a Hebrew Oilers jersey, the team that they signed him from, but they don't make them. Probably the weirdest item I have is a Kenya hockey jersey. So Kenya has a hockey team. You can buy a jersey from them, and all the proceeds go to like getting hockey, expanding the sport in Kenya. But the jerseys are awesome, though. They're sick. So that's probably it. And then this. But most of because we're parochial here in Philadelphia, so it's 99% of our stuff is Eagles, Sixers.
Well, and
Flyers,
that's the other
Phillies,
thing. So when I was a kid, I collected jerseys. But I'm not about to wear it on the YouTube. And it's, I can't believe you're wearing it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
A
Yeah.
LeBron Cavs jersey. And it's like, well, I respected LeBron James before. Yeah, look, I still respect him, but
listen to him.
Yeah, like I got a Magic Johnson Lakers jersey.
Yeah, that's gross.
I get it, but I was like 8, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I was at the NBA store in New York, and my dad was like, it's kind of weird, but I got it. I have a bunch of jerseys, dude.
When I was probably
I have a Babe Ruth jersey. Yankees.
When I was like 13, maybe 13 or 14, I loved Chris Bosh, and I went up to Toronto. I wanted a Chris Bosh jersey.
Yeah.
Didn't get it, but I wanted it. Yeah, I think it's natural when you're a teenager to go through that stretch.
Yeah,
of getting
I have a
other teams'
Ruth
stuff.
jersey, which Yankees. That's I hate the Yankees, but it's Babe. I'm a baseball
But it's
guy.
number 3.
It's Babe Ruth, right?
Yeah.
It's cool.
I had a big thing, because now you know how my brain works. I had a big thing where I'm a big Jackie Robinson historian.
Yeah, I got a Jackie Robinson jersey,
and I wanted a Jackie Robinson jersey, but I didn't want it to say Dodgers. Because I didn't want someone who's walking towards me to think I was a Dodgers fan.
Right.
So I had to make sure that it said Brooklyn
on the front. Yeah.
So, I had to go through that because I didn't want people thinking, oh, this guy's just guy's a big Andre Ethier fan.
I have a Marvin Harrison Colts jersey. I have a Priest Holmes Chiefs jersey. I have
that was big.
Roberto Clemente Pirates jersey.
Like I remember
that's my favorite
being
one.
in 7th or 8th grade, and like that was the thing that kids were doing was going to Modell's and getting the football jersey for whoever like the star was. And I remember this one kid, Nick would go seemingly every week and get a new jersey. So like the grade school dances, they would show up flexing like they were Nelly.
Yeah.
And hot in here.
Did they have the Band-Aid?
Yeah, some of them did, man. Some of them were rocking the Band-Aid, and it's like Catholic school.
Yeah.
All right. You're not that guy, pal. You're not. I remember one kid just in a Tim Couch jersey. Like, oh, that's not gonna look too good. Brian Greasy jersey, like they were just burning money.
Yeah,
like they were just burning their parents' money on replica jerseys for players that did not deserve a replica jersey.
Damn right, man.
Somewhere out there's a kid with a Brian Greasy Denver Broncos replica jersey, and most people totally forgot who Brian Greasy was until I brought him up.
Listen,
and yet somehow they made a jersey for him.
Listen, you gotta do it. I mean,
don't think you do though.
It's kind of like it happens when you're a kid.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. Like it's understandable.
Like you
as I got older, I
fall in love with players.
And I still have I
did guys that were not in the league. I mean, the Holmes and Harrison jersey I did, but like the Magic jersey, Babe Ruth, Roberto Clemente, it was kind of for me like a history thing where it was like, all right, let me rock this like historic Hall of Fame player.
Yeah, I only have a couple jerseys that are of players not Philadelphia related. Like I loved my favorite college running back of all time is D'Angelo Williams.
Okay.
Him at Memphis, incredible.
Yeah.
So I am 18. I get my debit card. I go on the University of Memphis' website because I wanted to buy a D'Angelo Williams. They didn't have him.
Oh.
So I had to go to the Carolina Panthers. So I have a Carolina Panthers D'Angelo Williams jersey. I haven't worn it in years because I don't want people thinking I'm a Panthers fan, but I love D'Angelo Williams.
That's because we work here.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if I didn't work here, I would probably wear my Roberto Clemente jersey. But I don't want somebody to go, oh, are you a Pittsburgh Pirates fan?
And you know that
I'm not.
All of a sudden, it's like the screenshot of the YouTube account, and it's like, oh, why would I listen to these guys? They're big yinzers. It's like, no, I'm not. Just
like I
respect Roberto Clemente's, life in his career.
I have a Miami Heat jersey.
Of who? You're an Adonis Haslam guy, aren't you?
Nah, screw him.
Michael Beasley.
But he was teammates with him. Well, anybody who's played with him in the last 30 years.
That's not saying much. They built the team around him.
I have a Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
Well, that is so
Miami Heat jersey.
You would. Big Z. Big Z.
I have a Raptors jersey.
Valanciunas.
So, I mean, that's the thing. But if I came in here in my Raptors jersey, you'd be like, oh, my God, you Kawhi fan? Quadruple dunk?
Yeah.
No.
It is amazing. It's like,
Like, dude,
I'll tell you, man.
Anthony's friends with Steve Spagnuolo, right? Like, if you heard the show, he's mentioned it before. He came in here once in a Chiefs sweatshirt because Spags sent him the sweatshirt, right? And dude, you should have seen the comments. Getting crushed.
People are not willing to open their hearts and minds sometimes to an open wardrobe.
He's friends with Spags. They're in the Super Bowl. He knows Andy.
There's usually a reason.
Okay.
There's usually a reason of why you have that item that you. But for me, I'm like, it's weird. You know me. I'm not self-conscious about most things.
Right.
Right. Like I'm pretty comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah.
But when it comes to wearing another team's jersey, even though I feel like I have a justified reason for it, I get self-conscious about it. Like I have a Edmonton Oilers third jersey from like 2002. The logo, I just love the logo.
The logo, yeah.
And I was 8th grade and absolutely adored this logo. Every time I played NHL Hits, like I would make my jersey that jersey. And I wear it every once in a while. Like I've worn it on the show because it's a hockey jersey. So most people aren't even going to know that. They're just going to think it's like a men's league team.
Right.
They're not going to know it's an Edmonton Oilers jersey. But I get really self-conscious about wearing another team's shirt, jersey, hat because I'm like,
You'll get angry about it.
I don't want this random stranger that I'm never going to see again at the Wawa to think that I am, a Portland Trailblazers fan.
Right.
When I'm just a really, really big Clyde Drexler fan.
And oh, by the way, Brandon B checks in on the YouTube chat.
What do you say, Brandon B?
Big Z played 1 year in Miami, Chunas. Should have gotten the Cavs one. LOL. You don't think I have a Cavs Citronas jersey?
Oh,
you
Brandon
don't think
B.
I
Brandon
don't
B.
have a
Guess
Cavs jersey?
Who's laughing out loud now?
Come on now.
Andrew Salciunas is laughing out loud.
1 year is jersey, but that career in Cleveland,
legendary.
I got the jersey. I'll bring it in next week, damn it.
The rookie card. He's got the jersey.
On. You think I don't have the jersey of Big Z?
Hit him with an LOL back.
I'm about to call Christy and be like, I need you to come here.
Back.
I need you to go into my closet and go into the case. Because it's in a case.
It's sealed.
Yeah. And bring that Big Z jersey. Come on now, Brandon B. Really? You think that little of me?
Think this is amateur hour?
Yeah, come on now. We don't mess around. All right, I have a question about instant karma, but I want to get to Andrew in Phoenixville first. Andrew, what's going on, man? Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. You guys are awesome. You guys make the day so much better.
Oh, thank you.
Keep up the awesome hard work. Eagles point, they're absolutely going to dominate tomorrow. I think we'll probably win by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
You know what's funny? We had Zach Berman on Anthony and I yesterday, and he's like, yeah, for the Bears, you have to worry about Justin Fields, obviously, with his legs. They don't have any weapons, and the defense is suspect. And I'm like, wow, that sounds exactly like what you said last week about the Giants, because they're basically the same team. Worry about Daniel Jones's legs. No weapons to throw to, and the defense is suspect.
Yeah, and honestly, my first question is, and then I'll bring up a Phillies point if I could as well, is if it is such a blowout, would you bring out the starters and let them rest, depending on where it is in the game?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, Hurts has come out the last 2 fourth quarters for Gardner Minshew.
I did the math.
And so is the offensive line.
If it's like a blowout, let's say by the second, a couple minutes into the third.
Nah, they're not going to do. That's the thing. They're not going to do that because they'll think, oh, this is the NFL. We have to be, because you're going to keep the defensive starters out or in because you don't want to put the backups in, because if they give up the lead and now you have to bring back the Eagles starters offensively back.
If it's 6 minutes left in the third quarter and they're up by 4 touchdowns, I'm
okay. Well, 4 touchdowns,
even 3, I'd strongly consider it. I did the math. They've sat last 2 weeks. They've sat a combined 17 minutes of play. So they've saved a quarter because they've just been dumbing teams so badly that I'm talking about the starters. The starters have sat for 17 minutes. And that's going to be a huge advantage coming up, especially if they're going to sit their starters the last 2 games probably. And then they get to bye.
And then my Phillies question is, obviously, you probably guys have seen this on Twitter, that Manny Machado is looking to opt out of his contract in 2023. Obviously, that would be absolutely enormous if Dave Dombrowski opens up his wallet a little bit more. Sounds really crazy in my head, but honestly, I want to put it on air to you guys. Crazy idea or not a crazy idea? Not going to happen.
Look, I saw it on Twitter too yesterday, and Andrew, we appreciate the call as always, man. Look, I mean, I wanted Machado over Harper.
Me too.
So
played a more key position. I felt like
exactly
third base over right field,
and I thought you could play shortstop still. Obviously,
yeah.
Obviously, it's worked out with Harper. It was a 1A, 1B thing. It wasn't like, they got Harper. What a mistake.
Yeah,
no,
it was you can't go wrong.
I was just leaning Machado. I would take him in a heartbeat. That's another big wallet opening.
Yeah, I mean, he's at that point you're looking at a $40 million player.
Yeah, because he's playing. Here's the thing: he, like Harper, has been well worth the contract.
Yep.
The thing that worked out for us is Harper did not want the opt out. Whereas Machado does. Machado goes, wow, look at some of the other players making X amount of money.
Well, and what else worked out for us was Harper took less money to kind of build the team around him.
Yep.
I don't sense Machado's going to do that. Look, I mean, it's worth mentioning, Machado and Harper are friends. They played on a Team USA, Pan Am team together, and they were drafted the same year. Harper went 1, Machado went 3. So they're friendly. They do know each other. But I would be shocked.
Yeah, I'd be shocked.
I think this is a ploy by Machado and his agent, who I think is Boris. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
If it's not, it's Casey Close. They're the two power agents in the sport. I think this is a ploy to just get more money from the Padres, who are trying to throw it around. And he'll end up opting out and then re-signing with the Padres
and getting a bunch of money.
Yeah, I mean the Padres are good. And he wants to win, but he
likes to be out west.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I think he's.
With the Dodgers at one point. Now he's with the Padres.
Yeah, I would be absolutely floored, and it'll be talked about, but no, I don't see it. I don't see it.
And then it would be the Bohm the first. Hoskins.
Everybody just thinks that Bohm could just
I know
pick up first base as if it's like me and you, picking up radio, and like because it was just so easy for us.
You'd kind of fall into it.
Yeah, it was more like, hey, we need two bodies in there.
That's exactly
Andy, Pat,
how it worked out.
Your number's getting called, but no, it's not like I don't really have any interest in seeing Bohm play first base.
All right, so I got to get to this because it's 9:49.
I apologize.
So that's okay. We got into a great conversation about jerseys.
I got a tweet from a guy.
So what do we got? What's the tweet?
He tweeted, it was Mike Tone. Speaking of jerseys, found this bad boy last night in my closet. Tracy McGrady, Orlando Magic jersey.
It's a great jersey.
Tracy McGrady's one of those
with
forgotten
the
all-time
stars,
greats.
I imagine, on there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great jersey.
Yep.
All right, so instant bad karma move. So Pat, yesterday I'm driving to Maggie's and there's a lot of traffic.
Yep.
Right? It's 5:30 going into the city. I'm coming from Jersey now. And I've seen this back-to-back weeks, dude.
Okay.
Ambulance coming. All right?
Pull over.
And we do the thoughts and prayers. Hopefully everyone's okay.
Yeah, ludicrous.
Obviously
move.
there's an injury or some sort of issue, and that's why the accident, blah, blah, blah. Dude, somebody was tailing the ambulance.
No.
To avoid traffic.
No.
Back-to-back weeks I've seen this. And don't give me, well, maybe they were following. No. Like, they were, like, laughing and back-to-back weeks.
No.
That has to be an instant bad karma move. Like that person, something happened to that person this morning. They woke up, they stubbed their toe. Or they woke up and, their toaster broke and they couldn't make their toast.
Somebody ate their oatmeal.
Somebody ate
oatmeal raisin cookie.
Oatmeal raisin cookie, yeah.
Yep. That they were looking forward to.
That is an instant bad karma move. Like, you can't do that.
No, that's a scumbag move.
There's either somebody in there that's already in peril, or they're going somewhere, and you're using it as, Jason Kelsey getting to the second level.
Good analogy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't do that.
I joked around earlier today calling our Matt Menard, our producer, a scumbag.
Yes.
I was joking.
That though
is legitimately a scumbag
move. Like, you're literally using somebody's potential downfall of their life, their death,
to avoid 7
traffic.
minutes of traffic.
Instant bad karma.
Yeah,
move. And I've seen this now back-to-back weeks, 2 weeks in a row, somebody tailing an ambulance.
Nah, you can't do that, man. That's just scummy.
So that's my example. And that's why I thought of this instant bad karma side topic. Do you have one?
I do. And I will give it to you
on the other
coming
side.
up on the other side, yeah.
All right. And Matt, do you have one as well?
I do.
Do they reach the level of tailing the ambulance?
I think Matt's is when you got to deal with a host that comes in a bad mood.
I don't think that's bad karma.
And then yells at you.
All right.
I think I know you well enough, Pat. It's just Pat being Pat.
Oh, he thinks he knows me now.
Well enough.
You don't know me. You don't know my life.
All right.
You don't know what these eyes have seen. Which right now, not much because I don't have my contacts in.
Do we have a cookie?
Not with us.
No cookie. I actually did look at the vending machines because there used to be oatmeal raisin cookies in there.
It's my go-to cookie.
And there's none left. I'm sorry.
I'm weird, yeah. Like most people go chocolate.
No, I love oatmeal raisin.
Chocolate chip. I go oatmeal raisin all day.
I brought butter cookies yesterday. There's some out there.
There you go, butter cookies.
The Christmas cookie's a nice item.
There we go. Eat that.
By the way, somebody asked me, you still wear jerseys from 8th grade? Yes, I've gone over this.
Oh, yeah. I can fit into some stuff.
I'm also
from 8th grade.
I weigh less than I did in 8th grade.
Congratulations on your success. I do not. I weigh more.
Well, look, it's not really success. It's more so
I beefed up.
I had a rough time in middle school because of it. So,
did they call you Chunky Chunas?
No. Nobody called me Chunky Chunas. Chunas wasn't a thing until like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Fat Slob Salciunas. 610-632-0975. He's Pat Egan. I'm Andrew Salciunas.
Look, he's eating pizza off the floor again.
Taking you till noon right here in The Fanatic.
97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here. And imagine if your favorite casino came with an undo button. You get that with FanDuel Casino's Play It Again. Get up to $1,000 back if you're down after your first day. Play your favorite table games and hundreds of slots for real cash. See why FanDuel Casino is the #1 rated online casino app. I love to explore the daily and weekly promotions. I play with live dealers, and if I ever have a question, well, the best-in-class customer support team helps me 24/7. Sign up for FanDuel Casino with promo code BOB today and play it again with up to $1,000 back if you're down after your first day. That's promo code BOB.
21 plus and present in PA, must not have previously placed any wager on FanDuel Sportsbook, FanDuel Casino, Betfair Casino, Mohegan Sun Casino, or Stardust Casino. Refund issued as non-withdrawable casino-only site credit that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG.
Hi, Leif Erickson with the Weather Channel and SnowCountry.com. You're out with friends and a few drinks becomes a few too many and you decide to drive anyway. What's the worst that can happen? Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA. Now, this is the way to head into a mid-December weekend. Hot off the heels of some fresh snow and more cold temperatures allowing for plenty of high-powered snowmaking. Things continue to improve daily for our mountains. Spring Mountain back in action this weekend and some good snow falling in the Poconos. Blue Mountain with at least half a foot. Camelback nearly half a foot during their opening weekend, and Camelback has their brand new high-speed 6-pack running. Elk Mountain getting at least 8 inches of snow with 8 runs, and Vermont Mountain's all about a powder kickoff to the weekend with big fresh snow over 30 runs for Stratton Mountain. Killington with 23 miles of terrain. Smuggler's Notch, Vermont is America's family resort where family fun is guaranteed. Visit smugs.com. More details at snowcountry.com. I'm Leif Erickson.
If you run a small business, you need the most from every investment. That's why Comcast Business gives you more. Like more innovation with our new gig speed Wi-Fi, plus unlimited data. More speed from the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. And more savings, up to 60% a year with Comcast Business Mobile. All from the company that powers more businesses than any other provider. When you need more, you need Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast, reliable internet for just $49 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Or ask how to get up to an $800 prepaid card with a qualifying bundle. Call or go online today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. EcoBill and autopay required. New 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Mobile savings compares pricing of top 3 carriers. Comcast Business Internet required.
Hey guys, are you struggling with erectile dysfunction and sick of the pills? There's a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men and is now available in Philadelphia. Oak Hills Medical Clinic uses WAVE technology, backed by 50 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call now to schedule a completely free and confidential assessment. You will receive a free blood flow ultrasound and get something unique that produces powerful results in the bedroom in just minutes. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but is free to those that call in the next 2 minutes. 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and get your love life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic of Philadelphia now to schedule your completely confidential appointment. 215-302-9999.
The Philly sports scene is exploding with excitement right now. And the Busch Auto Group is using a winning formula of their own to crush the competition. Not only does the Bush Auto Group's market-based pricing ensure you'll never pay too much for your next pre-owned vehicle, but right now, every pre-owned vehicle purchased at the Bush Auto Group comes with a 1-year maintenance plan. How about that for a Philly special? For full details, visit bushautogroup.com. That's BUSH autogroup.com today.
O'Reilly. Improve visibility in your vehicle and save $10 on a pair of Trico Force wiper blades now at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Don't risk your safety because of bad wiper blades. Be ready for any weather. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Visit your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This holiday ad will be over in 27 seconds. Unlike the new Duracell battery with Power Boost ingredients that can last 19,976 seconds in your kid's RC motorcycle, or 6,801 seconds on your beard trimmer for this year's family photo, or 15,172 seconds on your electric frother for some holiday eggnog, and many more seconds to get more out of your holiday season. Duracell, unlike this ad, engineered for more.
This holiday season, switch to Boost Mobile and get a single line unlimited plan for $25 a month and
a partridge in a pear tree
coverage on America's largest 5G networks.
How about 7 swans of swimming?
No, but if you're not satisfied within the first 30 days, Boost gives you your money back.
Turtle doves, French hens?
The lowest truly unlimited plan on the market, one line for $25 a month when you switch.
I'll take it.
Boost Mobile. Unleash your power. Limited time offer. New customers only. One line for $25 per month with autopay. Device must be returned in like new condition. Monthly service refunded via e-gift card. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
Nothing goes better together with football than the world-famous wings from the Piccalilli Inn. Call now for game day pickup or bring your friends to watch the game with food and drink specials, and indoor and outdoor seating is available. If you haven't been by in a while, stop in again for the first time and try something new, like their 1927 IPA. It's named for the year the Pick opened, and it's delicious. For eat-in or take-out, if it's game time, it's your time to make the trip to the Pick. Route 206, Chemung, New Jersey. For specials, follow them on Facebook.
Guys, listen to this. More alluring than lingerie, feeling like wearing next to nothing at all. Those are naturally nude pajamas, only from Pajamagram. And they're an exciting gift, and they're one that you're both going to enjoy. The ultimate holiday surprise for her, and right now, when you go to Pajamagram.com to purchase the sensuous, naturally nude pajamas, you're going to get a naturally nude nightie for free. Order today, save $75, and ensure delivery before Christmas. Go to Pajamagram.com for naturally nude pajamas and tell them John Kincaid sent you.
That ding can mean any number of things. Find out at your local Meineke and save $10 when you spend $50, $20 when you spend $150, and $50 when you spend $400. For tires, brakes, batteries, exhaust, and more, trust Meineke, doing car care right.
The right gift makes all the difference this holiday, and PGA Tour Superstore has something for every player on your list. The home for golf pros and beginners, PGA Tour Superstore has the largest selection in golf clubs, shoes, apparel, and more. Visit their Plymouth meeting store or shop PGATourSuperstore.com.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now. WPEN, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
10 o'clock, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salciunas alongside Pat Egan. This weekend's programming is brought to us by Wawa. It's gift card season, and Wawa is your one-stop shop for all gift cards, from Wawa gift cards, Wawa e-gift cards, or a gift card from your favorite brand. Wawa has a gift card for anyone on your list. I went with the Wawa quesadilla last night. I had the appearance, didn't get home until after 9 o'clock.
Nice item.
And it was like, I'm not cooking. It's 9 o'clock at night. And so I went with the buffalo chicken quesadilla.
I got to try it. They started doing pizzas.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, the Wawa in Roxborough is pizzas.
Okay.
So I got to try it. I'm excited to try
Got to get the
item.
pierogi quesadilla.
Dude, I was going to get it, and I said, you know what? Nah, I want to go with the buffalo because I've had it before, and I know I enjoy it. Is it good?
Yeah, it tastes just like a pierogi.
Wow.
Exactly.
I literally had my finger on it, and I was like, nah, like I've had this. It's 9 o'clock at night. Like, I don't want to like be disappointed and be like, all right, well, I guess I'm,
You
not
want
going to eat.
Get a little sour cream if you like it.
I'm a big sour cream,
Yeah,
man.
it's
all
great.
right, well, that's good to know. How about you turn your mic on?
Not a sour cream guy at all.
It's your first,
remember my first day in
your
radio?
First day? You got one headphone on. Well, you look like a mess. What is? You got Teddy Roosevelt on your head. You got one
guy isn't even a Phillies fan.
Still hasn't fixed his glasses.
Yeah, got broken glasses. I didn't feel like putting my contacts in.
You got one ear.
I went to the bathroom with intentions of putting my contacts in.
DJ Pat? Like, what are you doing right now?
Might be. I went to the bathroom with intentions of putting my contacts in. I was like, you know what? Don't feel like doing it. They've been bothering me lately. I'll just suffer through either not being able to see or just my glasses. And then I always have one ear on, one ear off. Just out of habit, because normally I'm used to being in the studio that Matt's in.
I know what you're saying.
And
yeah.
usually Coach Camille's in there, and if he has to tell me something, I usually have one headphone on, one headphone off. So just out of habit, I guess I could do both. But then my glasses tilt.
The tilt.
So I took them, and now we're good, and now I can see.
Well, yeah, if you have it on, wow, look at that. You don't even have to hold it up.
No, that's my point.
The headphones keeping it in place.
That's my point. Is the headphones keeping it in place? So we're golden.
All right, just remember.
Do I look like a mess?
On.
Absolutely, I look like a mess. But it's working for me.
That's okay. I mean, it is a Saturday morning.
Yeah, whatever. It's expected.
So before I get your instant bad karma move, and we got Paul Nolan coming up at 10:10. I do have a question. So I got the Snapple apple juice, and it says the 1 serving calorie and all this stuff, and the 2 serving. Do they really expect somebody to not drink this whole thing?
I think it's just marketing.
I'm honestly curious.
I think it's marketing because you don't look at servings, you look at the calories. So
but
there's 100 calories, and they're banking on you not looking at the serving size.
Well, no, the front says the 200 right away. The back says the 1 serving, 2 serving. I mean, who's drinking half of it?
Maybe if you split it.
I took 1 sip, and it was half of this.
Okay.
I was honestly
you're a big boy.
All right, so that's what they call me. So what's your instant bad karma move? You're just tuning in. I saw somebody yesterday, straight up JO, 2 times in a week, or twice in 2 weeks. I saw somebody tailing an ambulance to avoid being in traffic, and I think that's an instant bad karma move. So Pat, what do you got?
Yeah, so this one's not necessarily seen as much.
Okay.
Because
and again, murder is off the table.
Yeah, and I think it happens, but you don't necessarily see it. But I think people that do not tip when you go out to eat, you're a bad person.
Yeah, you're a terrible human being.
It's just, I mean, it happens a lot.
Yeah, I used to work in the industry,
and
I was tipped a Macy's coupon once.
Yeah, like it's that kind of
get $500 off if you pay $1,000.
Oh well, you're working at Applebee's downtown, so you can afford that.
Yeah,
yeah, like that stuff. Just
what are you doing?
You know, and there's no excuse for it because we know at this point we're old enough. You know, you're not a high school kid, but even in high school, I knew to tip well, or at least
I tipped. I think too much in high school, which kind of also led to me doing that. Now I tip. You're a 25er, right?
Yeah, minimum 25. If it's bad service, I usually will bump it to 20, but it's got to be like egregiously
really,
bad service. And if it's horrendously bad, 15. And I think I've tipped 15 once in the past decade.
Yeah,
but I always tip 25, and I always round up.
Yeah,
so I do. I get my little calculator.
Nice.
Put it in, and if it's like tip says it's like 760, I'll just bump it up to 8.
And that's why like athletes who have money and don't tip, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's
you have so much money.
Some of them, like MJ, apparently is a horrible tipper.
Yeah, like that makes no sense to me.
But some
he
of these
woke up and made $1 million today.
Some of these people think that their sheer presence is the tip. Like legitimately, like they think that the story of I waited on MJ is tip enough. No, I got bills to pay.
Yeah.
Like Sally Mae's going to call me this month. Sally Mae's going to want her $300, and I can't tell her about Sally.
But Sally, I waited on MJ.
I don't have it, but like, can you do me a favor? Write this down on your computer. I waited on MJ. So that always bugged me.
Yeah, that's a bad.
The people that don't tip, I think it's scummy. The one that you mentioned is probably the worst one.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I think somebody who doesn't tip, they probably they do it all the time.
Yeah, and they justify it in their head of why they don't do it. Like there are people that go out specifically to complain to the manager to get free food.
Right. But the person that follows the ambulance, like, you know you're doing it. Like, you're actively doing it.
Yeah. You know exactly what you're doing.
And that's terrible. Matt?
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, I consciously try to avoid doing anything bad karma. If I see somebody pulled over on the side of the road, I tell my kids, don't laugh at that person because that'll be us.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember once driving, forget where I was going, but I was driving down a road that I commonly go down. It was through a small town that has a slow speed limit, but I know there's always cops around. So I was going the speed limit. This guy's riding my ass on my bumper. If I would have brake checked him, he would have hit me within like a half a second. So he's riding on my bumper for like a mile. And then we go past this one diner I remember that this cop was sitting in. And before you know it, this cop pulls out with his lights on and pulls over the guy.
Yeah, I've seen that happen to me before,
he got
too.
what he deserved. I've seen people bob and weave through traffic before. And then a couple miles up the road, you see them pulled over on the side of the road.
See, that's funny that you brought that up because that is something, you jot down show topics, right? That is one I was going to bring up at some point. There was a guy the other day that was driving like a maniac. I was on the phone with Anthony like when it was going on. We were driving out to Malvern. I was like, do we ever see that person eventually get pulled over? Because I don't.
I have in the past. It's pretty rare, but
you feel so good about it.
Yeah, you want to slow down and just point and laugh. Like Matt just said, they don't point and laugh. No, that's a
point and
laugh moment.
That you're allowed to. Yeah.
Because they got the karma.
I saw it one time. A guy was tailing me, and then when the lines on the highway, it's like a thick line. You're not supposed to pass at that point. He did, and I saw the cop pull him over.
You know what annoys me with driving karma thing, is when there is a backup, and somebody decides, oh, I'm gonna hop on the shoulder.
Oh yeah, I see it.
And
all
I'm
the time.
talking like, I'm not talking 76 where in between Conchi and Belmont. Like if you're stuck on 76 between Conchi and Belmont, if you're not familiar with the area, you're on that for 7 miles. Yeah. Like you're stuck there. If you can see Belmont, you're getting off Belmont, fine, whatever. I don't do it, but if you hop on, I understand it a little bit.
You're talking about at the curve itself.
No, I'm talking like at the curve. I'm just going to avoid all these people. Where the hell are you going? So I've done it before where I will pull my car
and block them
and block it so that people, you can't, and you're just stuck there. And
you're a
like,
blocker.
You're like, sorry, bud, I don't know what to tell you. I'm stuck here. So are you. All right.
That's awesome.
Look at my tail lights, B.
Until they pull out I'm not going to say. That happens.
It doesn't usually get that serious. Terrible. Sadly, it does every once in a while.
Sometimes it does, which is terrifying. We'll be speaking to Paul Nolan coming up in a couple of seconds. But if you want to jump in at 610-632-0975, the instant bad karma move that you have witnessed or that happens all the time or happens more often than it should, like tailing an ambulance just to avoid traffic. That's just terrible. So the instant bad karma moves, we'll start looking at some on YouTube as well. We're talking about the Sixers, another good win yesterday against the Warriors. And I just look at it and I go, all right, things seem to be clicking a little bit for the Sixers. Can we get back to being excited for them? Can we get back to saying, hey, maybe there is still a chance? Because after 24 games, it was this team stinks. They have no chance. They're going to get bounced. I heard a lot of they're going to get bounced in the first round. They're going to have to blow it up after this. It's like, yo, calm down. And I was saying calm down when they were 12-12, and I wasn't feeling good. But you can't say that early in the season. Do we feel a little bit better now that the Sixers have won a couple of games and Harden looks great and Embiid looks great? Also, the Eagles 12-1 getting set to take on the Chicago Bears in Chicago tomorrow. Our man Vince from Philly Sports Trip sent me a photo this morning of the crew. They were partying last night.
I didn't get a text.
We're buddies. Maybe you guys aren't that tight.
It's good to know where you stand with people.
Yeah.
You know who I'm tight with? Paul Nolan.
Of course you are. You get to talk to him twice sometimes.
Yeah.
Twice on a weekend.
Yeah, that's my guy. Vince from Philly Sports Trips? No, not anymore.
Well,
PN. Paul Nolan's my guy.
Damn right Paul Nolan's your guy. Paul Nolan makes us money, so that helps too.
Gave me money last week.
So we're going to go to the Comcast Business Hotline right now and talk to Paul Nolan from freewinners.net. You can hear him every Saturday and Sunday morning from 8 to 9 here on The Fanatic with the Free Winners Show. And then, of course, you hear him with us every Saturday at 10:10. You hear him sometimes with Pat on Sundays at 9:40.
Yeah, I'll talk to him tomorrow.
So you'll be talking to him tomorrow, which is exciting. And, of course, Paul Nolan is a expert NFL handicapper, but I just go expert NFL analyst at this point because he's not saying, oh, looking at the line. No, he's saying looking at the all 22. Paul, good morning. What's going on, man?
Gentlemen, good morning. So I want to bounce something off you before we get started. What do you think of this tagline? Let's get rolling with Nolan.
I love
Good,
it.
bad, or cheesy?
No, I love it.
All right, so maybe you guys could start that starting today. Let's get rolling with Nolan.
Let's
Maybe
get
I'll
rolling
even
with
make
Nolan.
a
Done.
theme music with it. Like maybe I'll have a jingle made up.
Done.
Keep rolling,
Done
rolling,
and
rolling.
done.
Keep rolling. Who's that? Chili Peppers?
No, dude, are you kidding? That was Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit?
Have some respect for the all-time greats.
All right, well, we'll get Limp Bizkit. So we're
Yeah,
rolling with
maybe-
Nolan right now.
They'll do that without a copyright infringement.
Yeah,
like
right.
The 366 free jingle, because that was right on the brink there with very close to Eye of the Tiger, if you hadn't noticed. So.
Can I ask you about that? I can't wait to get to the picks because that jingle, I mean, Pat and I have both been here for almost a decade at this point. You've been over here a decade because of internship and stuff. I mean, we've heard that thing. We were the guys that were still playing it on the CDs, right? Back in the day when we had to, you guys would do the show, we would burn it on the CD, and then we would come in here and play it and all that kind of stuff. Dude, the jingle, I still sing it every once in a while.
Me too.
And, like, who came up with it? I mean, it's a legendary jingle.
I'm going to be honest with you. It was all me. And I can say that the amount of pushback we got, they're like, the guys were like, it's so cheesy. I'm like, I was going for cheesy. Cheesy works.
Cheesy works.
It does, yeah.
That Cops for Kids song. I can't get. At the first note of that comes on, I change my station because it's stuck in my head all day. So I went a little haywire with the. It was maybe a little too much cheese.
No, I love it.
There was some.
But it cheesy works, man. There's a Charmin commercial that plays on our station every holidays, and I forget which song they do it to, but they say "Shiny Hiney," and I'm like, God, it's so stupid, but I love it, and I know it, and it's stuck in my head. And I'm walking in the grocery store, and there's Charmin, and I go, you know what? I need a Shiny Hiney, so I'm gonna go grab that toilet paper.
It's getting a little weird now.
It's getting weird.
Getting a little weird.
When I played the jingle,
so let's talk
my
football.
wife, she just looked at me and she said, "Grow up."
No, it was great. I love that jingle, man. Still to this day.
Look, the jingle only works if you have a product behind it. And freewinners.net.
We're talking.
Damn right.
Freewinners.net is a hell of a product.
You know why?
Paul?
Because we're rolling with Nolan.
Paul made me money last week when I asked him about. No, not. Please don't play the song.
Come on, man. Keep rolling with Nolan, rolling with Nolan.
Bring me back to really, really awkward 6th grade. No, last week when I asked Paul, and me and you, Andy, we talked about this game. It was the Detroit-Minnesota game.
Yep.
And the line was weird. Now, the line said to go with Detroit, but I needed the analysis behind it. I asked Paul. Paul sent me straight of why. I don't know if you're aware of this, Andy, but Detroit won.
Yes, they did.
So I ended up winning money.
Damn right you did.
Because of it. So
if you remember, I gave you guys the over on the air in that one as well, which was frustrating to watch because it should have went way, way, way over. But that's part of the business.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook fumbling the ball inside the 5. That doesn't help.
Oh God, that was brutal. Brutal.
And Paul, it's something you said. It's not an exact science, but damn, you guys hit quite a bit. I mean, especially this year.
We would keep it. Yeah, I mean, really every year, my numbers are good. It's just a matter of teaching people how to play right, stay consistent, and it's also, it's hard to, you don't want to be aggressive with other people's money. I don't mind being aggressive with my own money. I'm a big boy and I'll take shots because, I really have a great deal of belief in my team and the guys who help me with all the research. I love this and I believe in it. But when you're giving other people and they say, hey, I'm fighting out there, fighting a good fight, or even if it's just some, even anybody, even if the wealthiest guy, I have a couple Hollywood guys, I still don't want to, lose for them. I want to do the right thing. I tend to be a little conservative just because, it's other people's money, and I know how emotionally attached we are to our financial security. So I want to do the right thing, and it's a matter of just asking people to be disciplined and and looking at the big picture. And that's why we would love giving out the free picks. The more free picks I give you, the better chance I have to win you over as a person, and I do the right thing. And it's been it's 2 years with Tyrone now, and my record last year was just as good as this year. And, I can promise you it's not a coincidence. It's year in, year out. And, I know that I could beat the number. It's just a matter of just getting the right people involved. And I got to tell you, some of the people who call in say, I've never bet before, but I've been involved in the stock market and real estate and commodities, and they've never bet. They're the best customers because they have no ego when it comes to picking them. They don't even try. And that's the key. Women in the workplace are phenomenal because they don't even try. They don't have the ego saying, "Oh, I know more about sports than this guy. This is going to happen." And great. All right, good for you. Do it. Go for it. So anyway. There's some really nice games today. There's some great stuff tomorrow, and I'm going to give away the whole weekend for free if they text 313 get info, and I'll throw in Monday night, and I'll throw in the bowl games, and we'll just, as the games come to me, and as I bet them, we'll just text them back to you, and I'll just make sure my guys are getting everybody their free picks all weekend long.
That's awesome.
You're like betting clause.
Yeah, right.
Well, especially right now, it's a good time, right? Trying to, a lot of people buying gifts and stuff. So it's good to have that extra money in the pocket. And you said it, 313 get info. Text the word free to 313 get info. And I know that you guys always give out college picks as well, but the NFL is that's your baby, the NFL, Paul. Yeah. So I got to ask, it's like the blessing and the curse. Games on Saturday means we're toward the end of the season. But now you have 2 days of NFL to watch over the weekend. You got to be loving it. We got 3 games today. So if we text the word free to 313 get info, what do we got for today?
So, the first thing I'm looking at is obviously early on in the day here, we have Minnesota and the Colts. Vikings and Colts. I've been on or against the Vikings for a while. I faded them a couple times, and it's been a good value going against them. Just because, they weren't what we really believed they would be. And the Colts still have their issues as well. This is, to me, this is not one of my favorite games on the board. I do have I have one player prop in here. I have Hawkinson, TJ Hawkinson to go over 4.5 receptions. I just think that this is going to be the safety valve type of thing. This secondary for Indianapolis is not great, but their front seven's pretty darn good, and I do think there'll be some pressure. At least Darisaw is back, so it's going to give just that brief glimpse. And when teams are petrified of Justin Jefferson, especially coming off another monstrous game last week, I think that underneath and the over the seam in a team that loves to play in zone coverage, I think the seams will be there, and over 4.5 receptions seems like a pretty good value to me.
All right, so that's good to know. You locked it in already, Pat, didn't you?
Wrote it down. Yeah, no, I mean, and look, and Paul's analysis is what really sells me. So,
that's the thing, right?
Last week, he gave me the Bills Jets under, but he also the way that Paul talked, you kind of got to read between the lines a little bit. And Paul, you didn't come right out and say that you liked the Jets in that game, but you didn't like the 10, so I ended up hitting twice.
There you go.
So thank you very much for that. But when you look at this Eagles game coming up, I don't know about you. For us in Philadelphia, it just feels like it's going to be a foregone conclusion that they win. And how do you guys view it when you've got a 12-1 team going up against a 3-win opponent? Is there any value in that game whatsoever? With the team being on the road and the teams being so
Cowboys the next week.
Yeah, is there any value in betting this, or are you guys just kind of staying away from it?
No, there's actually some great value in this one. In fact, it's one of the games on my free pick line for the weekend. I kind of use that to get people out there to give us a try and get involved. So it's like I was kind of going to use it to tease you guys to say, hey, get.
No, that's fine. We can move on.
Free to 313 get info. But the one thing, if you're look, this Eagle team, and you guys know how bearish I've been on them since week 1.
Yeah.
And the development of Hurts has been phenomenal. And we saw it last year. We saw the way they started out the game planning and the way Sirianni changed things up around week 7 last year. And you could see the endless development. What you see more than anything is just a team that loves each other. The camaraderie on that sideline is incredible, and they just don't look like they have a real weak spot. And then one thing that obviously is running quarterbacks have eaten them alive to the tune of 6.8 yards a carry. Obviously, teams were running down their throat, almost a 50% success rate on runs against this Eagle defense. But since Linval Joseph, who's just absolutely ginormous, I mean, he looks like a Macy's Day float. He is he looks like he needs to lose 30 pounds and he'll still be 20 overweight. But, he's kind of clogging the middle there. And the success rate's down to 35%. It's a 15% or 16% drop-off since, him and Sue, and they're getting healthy on that D-line. They got a plethora of pass rushers. They can rotate 8 good bodies back there. But, this is really the ultimate, kind of letdown spot. They completely embarrassed and annihilate and emasculate the Giants. And then they get, they got Dallas on deck. which is, this will be Chicago's Super Bowl. Really dangerous game for the most part, but I definitely have value on the total, and it'll be on the message. If the guys do text 313 get info, I'll definitely have the total on that.
Yeah, text the word free to 313 get info. And Paul, listen, man, you've done a tremendous job all season long, not just with the Birds, but I mean, you really have been hitting on the Birds all season long, which has been so much fun for us to be a part of. And if you guys missed it, over 4.5 receptions for TJ Hawkinson today, which is a nice little play. I like the idea, and you always back it up with the analysis, as Pat said. And so, Paul, thank you so much for joining us today, and we can't wait to hear you again tomorrow with Pat. You get to talk to Pat twice. I'm jealous.
Get excited.
That is exciting.
And honestly, guys should get involved today because there's one game today that's going to be on the free pick. I'll make a note of it in the text message how it's stronger than the others. And in addition to that, I definitely have 3 more tomorrow. But there's some games I absolutely love. And 313 get info, text free, and we'll hook you up. It'll be fun. We'll get to know you, and we'll teach you a money management system. We'll show you how to beat this market and enjoy it.
That's awesome, Paul. Thank you so much as always, man. We'll talk to you next week, and Pat, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Excellent, gentlemen. Have a great day.
You too, Paul. There he is. Paul Nolan, freewinners.net. Text the word free to 313. Get info. We will continue the Eagles conversation, obviously, as they are 12-1, getting set to take on the Bears tomorrow in Chicago. But we're also talking Sixers basketball. 4 straight wins. Things are looking up again every single week. Pat and I have a different conversation about the Sixers, it seems. And today we should be feeling good. It's just crazy. It's so easy to bitch and grouse and complain. But when things are going well, it's quiet. Why is that? Is it because we don't want to get our hopes up? I don't blame anyone. Look at what it's been like the last couple of years. But seriously, they look good the last couple of games. Let's talk about it at 610-632-0975. Also, the instant bad karma move. I saw somebody tailing an ambulance yesterday to avoid traffic. 2 straight weeks I saw that happen. Matt brought up the, just bad driving in general, tailing somebody who's driving the speed limit, and then he saw somebody get pulled over. That's awesome, as always. And Pat, what was yours? I forget already.
Mine was not tipping.
Not tipping. Yeah, that's a bad one. That's terrible. So we will continue all that at 610-632-0975. He's Pat Egan and Andrew Salciunas right here, 97.5 The Fanatic.
I know.
97.5 The Fanatic.
Me and Andrew and everybody here at the station, yesterday was payday, which is great. But then you start looking at your statement, and you've got the taxes taken out, so you want to get some of that money back. And what do? Well, you deposit some money in your betting account, and you start looking at the lines and the totals and the player props, and you put some money on it, and you think, oh, there's no way that this loses, and then it does. And it's because you didn't put the work in that Paul Nolan and the folks at freewinners.net, you didn't put the work that they put in. That's because you have a job, but their job is this. Their job is wagering on sports. Their job is figuring out what will hit and what won't. And they're so good at it. Folks at freewinners.net helped me last week. They're going to help you this week. And don't wait, because today you've got 3 games in the NFL going on. Saturday action is back. You've got Colts, Vikings. You've got Ravens, Browns. You've got Dolphins, Bills. You just heard Paul. He really likes TJ Hawkinson, over 4.5 receptions. That's the free pick he's going to give you. But if you text the word free to 313 get info, you're getting that and then some. You're getting a free pick, including the Eagles game. I know you're going to be watching the Birds this weekend, so roll with it. Roll with Nolan this weekend. Hit the word free to 313 get info. That's all you have to do. Just text that word free to 313 get info. You don't have to call. You don't have to worry about sitting on hold. No. You're texting a number. They're hitting you back. It's a beautiful thing. Nobody ever has to know about it. It's great. So hit up the folks at freewinners.net this weekend for all your betting slate. It's money. You work hard for it. Don't gamble it. Invest it. That's the way I look at it when I use freewinners.net. That's the way you should use it too. So once again, text the word free to 313 get info. That's free to 313 get info.
We've been together for 30 years.
35.
35 years together, and never an argument.
Oh, we fight a lot.
That we couldn't settle. But we finally agreed on cannabis, of all things.
Our friends had a good experience with it, so we decided to give it a shot.
And we both agreed we didn't want to go sit in some doctor's office with a bunch of masked strangers waiting for a medical cannabis card.
We did.
Oh, thank God.
So we went to veryhill.com and qualified online for our medical cannabis cards in just a few minutes. The simple payment plan made it very manageable.
Yeah, woman gets what she wants.
I'm a force of nature.
Join the millions of people who've qualified online for a medical cannabis card with VeriHeal. One low fee covers the cost of consultation and the card. And if you don't qualify, your fee is refunded 100%. Get started today with easy financing. Visit VeriHeal now. That's VeriHeal. VeriHeal.com.
Hey, it's Ricky Bo. Is your home in need of new windows and doors, but you decided to brave through one more cold season before making the plunge? Then let me tell you why acting now will not only keep your family feeling warm all winter long while lowering your high heating bills, but also save you big bucks with the big end-of-year sale from my good friends at Guided Door and Window. Guided is bringing back their biggest discounts of the year. Receive 40% off each window you buy. Yes, 40% off every professionally installed window. You'll also receive 40% off any door, including entry doors, patio doors, garage doors, and storm doors. And don't worry about touching your holiday money because Guida will start your project with no money down and allow you to pay it off interest-free for up to 12 months. If you need new windows and doors, then you need to go Guida right now so you can take advantage of all these huge savings. All prior sales are excluded. Offer expires December 31st. So call Guida today to schedule a free in-home estimate at 1-877-GO-GUIDA or visit them at GoGuida.com. That's go, GUIDA.com.
BetParks is all about football. The BetParks Sportsbook app hooks you up every weekend with special promos on college football Saturdays and pro football Sundays. Every Saturday, BetParks offers a special half the spread promo on one select college football game, and they cut the spread in half at the same odds. Every Sunday, BetParks presents the double the spread promo on one select pro football game and doubles the spread at the same odds. Check out details at the BetParks app, at BetParks on Twitter, or BetParks.com. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's Rich Gannon for the BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app. As a former MVP quarterback, I love a solid game plan. The new BetParks app is everything you want in a mobile sportsbook right from your phone. Check out pro football same-game parlays or bet live once the game starts. And right now, all new BetParks users get up to $750 in sportsbook bonuses back if your first bet isn't a winner. Download the new BetParks app at betparks.com. Win sports, BetParks.
See website for terms and conditions. Bonus funds must be wagered once, must be 21 and over, and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, you heard me talk about Steven Star Restaurants. My favorite gift this year, a Star gift card. One card can be used at locations, not just great spots in Philadelphia, but New York, D.C., Florida, too. And here's the best part. When you buy a Steven Star gift card, you get a gift, too. Steven Star thanks you for gifting his Star gift cards. Enjoy a bonus $50 Star gift card when you purchase $500. And for every additional $250 in gift cards you buy, you get another $50. Shop now at stargiftcards.com. That's STARR giftcards.com.
The Philly sports scene is exploding with excitement right now, and the Busch Auto Group is using a winning formula of their own to crush the competition. Not only does the Busch Auto Group's market-based pricing ensure you'll never pay too much for your next pre-owned vehicle, but right now, every pre-owned vehicle purchased at the Busch Auto Group comes with a 1-year maintenance plan. How about that for a Philly special? For full details, visit BuschAutoGroup.com. That's BUSH Autogroup.com today.
Dell Technologies' Days of Deals for Business start now with fresh, limited quantity deals on tech to drive productivity. Save on select performance laptops and desktops powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything, and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Hey guys, this is Keenan Thompson. I have a problem with you. Yes, you. None of y'all told me that AutoTrader has millions of new and used cars that I can shop from home. I thought we were friends. I put smiles on your face, but I'm not smiling. No one told me that with AutoTrader, a dealer can deliver cars to my home or that I could shop by price on AutoTrader. No one. Consider this friendship that you just learned we had officially over. Finally, it's easy. AutoTrader.
Since the dawn of time, men and women have fought over one thing, the temperature.
It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm sweating. I'm freezing. It's time to end the thermostat wars. With special financing offers on a high-efficiency heating and cooling system, including Trane's whole house air filtration system, you'll get even, consistent heat and breathe cleaner, healthier air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
The holiday season is officially in full swing, and the showcases at Family Company Jewelers are fully stocked to help you check off every item on your shopping list. Fill her stocking with a gift she'll be showing off all year long. They have something for every price point, from necklaces and earrings too, and of course, their amazing engagement ring selection. Visit them on Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey, or online at FamilyJewelers.com. That's Family Company Jewelers, South Jersey's holiday diamond destination.
Family and Company Jewelers, South Jersey's diamond destination.
You loved watching the game all season here. Now ring in the new year at Time Out on Pine. Dance, eat, and drink all night long as we celebrate 2023. Enjoy a DJ, complimentary champagne toast, and food and drink specials all night. Don't miss out. This is a ticketed event that is sure to sell out, so buy your tickets now. Tickets are only $20 per person. Just check out Time Out on Pine on Facebook and follow the link. You've enjoyed the games all year long. Now ring in 2023 at Time Out on Pine.
We're all here for the same reason. Philadelphia sports. 97.5 The Fanatic.
.30, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salciunas alongside Pat Egan.
Hello.
You seem like you're doing a little bit better. A
little bit.
You were in a terrible mood when we first walked
Horrible.
in. And I sensed it right away. But you seem to be coming back out of it. That's good.
Be a little prickly pear sometimes.
Look, I mean, some guys,
know it.
look, we have reached the halfway point of the show, right? Yes, we have another 90 minutes.
Do the math.
A lot of guys start first half slow. They come out big second half. And, like, you didn't have a slow first half. More so first quarter.
Yeah.
But you're like, look at you. Like, maybe I reminded you of the fiasco, which might bring you back down a little bit. But
I padded my radio game after Corliss Williamson.
Yeah.
A little slow start, but we pick it up. Eventually, we pick it up.
Jesus, I haven't heard that name.
Yeah. So I do a bust out.
Oh my God!
Big
You have his
C?
jersey?
I don't have Corliss Williamson jersey. No. Traded for Derek Coleman, 2 dogs. You know, like they would just like show you flashes of like, oh, this guy can play a little bit, and then like 2 weeks of gross play.
Oh my God!
But yeah, the glory days of Sixers basketball.
Matt Harpring.
God, the only guy who like willingly went to Utah.
Yeah, and actually was okay in Utah.
He was okay here, but he just remember like he took less money to go to Utah.
Yeah. And then I think he was an 18 a game guy for a little bit.
He was good for him. Yeah, I liked him here.
Let's see,
goofy looking guy.
Matty Harpring.
Pride of Georgia Tech, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one.
Let's see. He's
GC basketball.
By the way, he's currently the color analyst for the Utah Jazz, so he really likes it out there.
I mean, maybe he's got a couple wives.
Maybe.
You know?
Let's see.
Is he the Pride of Georgia Tech? Does it say there?
It says Georgia Tech.
Nailed it.
It's good work, Eddie. 15th pick overall.
You're not getting this information anywhere else.
On Brewery Radio, no. So he averaged 11-7 here. First year in Utah, 17-6. Next year, 16-8.
Yeah, he was good out there.
All of a sudden, he goes out to Utah.
Utah Jazz, great.
All right, let's see.
When it comes to all-time Utah Jazz players, it's Karl Malone, John Stockton, Matt Harpring, in that order.
Mehmet Okur.
Dude, totally
come on, bro. Since we did this last week with the Cleveland Indians of like the 2006, let's see how many 2002-03 Utah Jazz members you can
Not
name.
many, dude.
So we got Matt Harpring, obviously. There's one. Oh, well, Karl Malone's on this still. But there's
Andre Karolinko. Okay.
Yes, I was gonna say there's one name that you definitely. Oh wow, he was a rookie that year.
Do you know Andre Karolinko's marital status situation?
Yes. Yeah, they swing.
No, they don't swing. She lets him have a hall pass once a year.
Yeah, and he does too to her.
Oh, I didn't know.
I remember seeing a story.
I didn't know. I didn't know it was reciprocated. I thought she was just like a.
No, they both get to.
Oh, okay.
How about that
Not
Carlos?
judging it.
How about that Carlos Arroyo was on that team?
Not Bronson Arroyo.
No, not Bronson Arroyo. How about that John Stockton still on the team?
Still getting it done.
18 years. Jesus, he played forever. So yeah, there's your 2002.
Yeah, that was before Deron Williams.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to the phones before people are like, "What the hell are these guys talking?"
Hey,
about?
and Utah Jazz Radio here on the Fanatic.
Let's go to Patrick in Center City. Pat, what's going on, man? Good morning.
Hey, Tunis. Good morning to you as well.
Pat's here too.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell, man?
Look, I know.
I got a family.
Look, we're buddies.
And we share a name too, Pat. I'm sorry. I got to say, all I could think about when you said the tipping thing with Instant Karma, the best opening scene to any movie of all time, an 8-minute conversation about tipping in Reservoir Dogs. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't, but that's not a shock.
It is like I'm not a huge Tarantino fan at all, but is
it a good movie?
It's one of his quicker movies.
Okay.
It's his first movie. He made it for like $2 million. It was like shot in a warehouse, but no, you should go check it out.
That's awesome.
But,
all right.
Yeah, my instant karma is when someone throws trash on the ground or litters and makes the comment, "That's why they have janitors."
Oh
God.
yeah, that's a scumbag move.
What
Terrible,
a-hole
terrible.
does that?
They're around. I'm telling you. But
That is a scumbag move.
Disgusting. They have janitors.
No, man.
No, terrible. I cringe any time I ever hear it. But
and you know that they do that all the time.
yeah, and I don't know why they I don't know why would they?
They just weren't raised right. That's what it comes down to. I mean, they weren't.
That's just gross.
Like, come on, man, pick up after yourself.
Yeah, exactly. But just to pivot to the Sixers real quick, I don't know how to feel about this team. I'm a diehard fan, and I think you said earlier, I'm just too, I can't get involved with them this year for some reason. I'll watch them.
Is it because of what happened last year, and it's like it just seems like every year it's the same story with them of we buy in and then ultimately something happens and we lose in the second round?
Yeah, it's like last year I was okay. Last year I didn't feel anything. I was like, of course, but I'm still hurt from that Hawks series.
Well, were you? Oh yeah, that was just gross. But that guy can't hurt you no more. He's not here anymore, right? So were you coming into this season fired up, or are you kind of feeling the same way you are now?
I felt the same way.
Okay.
Honestly, it's kind of weird because Phillies are my number one. I mean, Sixers, they're all 1A, 1B, 1C, but we know the Phillies ride happened until they started off 1-4, and I was like, oh, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. And so they're doing it again. They're like, oh, they're going to be good enough to be a 3, 4, 5 seed. They'll be good enough to win the first round. But at this point, if you can't win a championship with Doc, if you don't believe that Doc can deliver a championship, then what are we doing here?
Yeah, I talked about this last week on the show, kind of like the Band-Aid theory. Look, I mean, I don't know if I need to take the Band-Aid off just yet. There might still be a little bit of a wound there, but I'm just going to rip it off at this point.
And I don't see it happening.
I mean, I don't see. I don't know. But I don't want to be completely out on the guy. But it's his entire career. It's not just here.
Yeah, we saw with Brett Brown too, where they'd go on a 5-game win streak and then they'd lose 4 straight games.
And thanks for the call, Patrick.
Louisiana Tech and Temple and Winthrop, and you're like, what are we doing?
Just happened. Yeah.
And I think the Brett Brown thing for me at least is one of the reasons. Looking back on how that last season unfolded, it might be one of the reasons why I don't have the same buzz I normally do. I'm excited for him, but I'm not excited as I was last year. And think about where we were a year ago, too. It's weird. A year ago, we were dealing with the Ben Simmons drama.
Yeah.
It was hanging over our head.
Well, we were all waiting for that trade, right, to make the team better.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas right now, you're not doing anything.
No. You're up against it.
This is the team, right? They'll acquire somebody for a second-round pick at the deadline. That's going to be a role player. There's always the Tobias Harris thing that's going to be floated out there.
It'll be floated out until he's a free agent.
Right.
Exactly. Legitimately, he's not getting traded.
Or after the season, he's got 1 year left, so maybe it'll be an expiring contract move, some sort of salary dump.
Well, I mean, they're going to have to. But that salary is going right into Tyrese Maxey.
Right.
And his extension. He's probably going to be a max player. If not, he's going to be close. The injury actually might help them in a little bit in that situation. Maybe his numbers aren't going to be. Because at that point, if you're the Sixers, you go, okay, well, he really had just 1 year of being a starter, and he was really good, but he wasn't to the level of max player.
He's going to get paid.
And look, I know he's going to get paid, but with the NBA, you know how it works. Every dollar counts.
Yeah.
And if you can avoid paying Tyrese Maxey max player money, and you could pay him 90% of the max contract, it's like I mean, that's a PJ Tucker move. That's a Anthony Melton.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It does end up paying dividends in the long run, but he is going to get paid, and that most of that, if not all of that, Tobias Harris money is going to him.
Tyrese Maxey. Yeah, I mean, look, I mean that's the thing, right? So people are worried about what has happened in the past and then the future, right? Like you said, the contract stuff, and it's like this is kind of the team that you have. Nothing's really changing. But the good news is they've looked good the last couple of games. And Patrick just talked about it. At the beginning of the season when things weren't going well, there was the World Series.
Yeah.
The Eagles
there was distractions.
The Eagles are 12-1.
There were distractions that bumped the Sixers, who normally were the number 1 ticket in town, that bumped them to the number 3 ticket in town.
And because the Eagles are 12-1, it's kind of like that's the forefront of our mind that even when things are going well, which they have the last couple of games, we still haven't really talked about them.
No.
Because we're talking about a game that's not even happening this weekend.
Yeah.
We're talking about the following week, Eagles-Cowboys.
And even that, it's like, okay, well, after the Eagles-Cowboys, what game is there to really look forward to?
Well, it's
playoffs.
It's Super Bowl talk.
And that's the luxury.
Which is bigger than a regular season game in December.
The blessing of then the curse of being 12-1. Like, if there's one negative about being 12-1, it's my attitude of just getting me to the playoffs at this point. Because these games are seemingly inconsequential to a large extent. Okay, so if they lose to the Bears, they're gonna miss the playoffs? No, they already clinched, right?
Right.
Now it's just a matter of clinching the number 1 seed. Does anyone think they're losing the Bears? No,
nobody's thinking.
Okay, but if they do, then they have Dallas, and I'm not scared of Dallas. No. I think Dallas is probably the second best team in the NFC, but I'm not scared of anybody in the NFC.
No, because the Eagles are the best
12-1.
team. The Eagles are the best team. It's how the Cowboys match up with the Eagles, not how the Eagles match up with the Cowboys.
Say it with your chest.
Damn right.
And something Paul Nolan said, which is, well, the Bears, this is their Super Bowl. Playing the Eagles is going to be every team's Super Bowl.
You know who Super Bowl was last week? The Giants. What happened?
How'd that work out?
They got destroyed.
There's a viral audio trend on Instagram. And you'll see this where it'll be, the music or a sound clip or something, and people take it and use it in their Instagram.
You hear it over and over.
And it's of Rex Ryan with the Jets. And he was talking to the Jets after their first successful year, and he goes, last year we were under the radar. That's good. No, F that. I want to be at the top. I want a target on my back every week. I want to be the top dog. Well, the Eagles are.
Yeah.
They have a target on their back. Every week is the other team's Super Bowl, and it doesn't matter. Like I told you earlier, the last 2 weeks have been those teams' Super Bowls. When you look at the New York Giants, and the week before that was, who did they play before the Giants?
Titans.
Titans, yes. Yeah. Both teams, right? 7-4 Titans coming to town.
Destroyed.
Worried about that, right? Then the Giants coming to town. They're 7-4-1. Worried about that team, right? Like, let's see how real they are. Well, both games happen. You win both games. And not only did you win both games, you're able to sit your starters a combined 17 minutes.
They destroyed them.
Like, when does that... I couldn't believe the fact that the first team offense was off the field with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter against Titans. Yeah. 9 minutes.
Against the Titans team that was the sexy pick.
They might be a playoff team.
Favorites, yeah.
The Giants might be a playoff team. And you could have made the argument that the starter should have been off the field with 9 minutes to go in that game.
Yeah.
But combined, you saved a quarter and change that you don't have to play in one of the most physical sport in the world, in football. That's going to be huge for them, and you were able to do it because you're dummying teams. So, no, I'm not really worried about, the Bears this week, trap game, blah, 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 the Saints after that, and the Cowboys here. No. They all can get it. Every one of them can get it. I am straight up, when's the playoffs? Get me to the playoffs. Get me a real competition, because right now, this is light work. The entire regular season is light work, and it boils down to is there a great talking point about this team? No, because we're the get me to the playoffs point.
Right, that's where we're at.
But you compare the Eagles and the Sixers, there's a realistic possibility that we don't start paying attention to the Sixers as February. The 1A until February.
Yeah.
The trade deadline.
Yeah.
That's insane. It's beautiful, but the Sixers are pushed to the back burner until February for a lot of people.
Right.
Not everybody, but a lot of people.
But my thing coming in here is, look, they've won 4 straight games, and I feel like we should be a little bit more happy about the team, but you don't really hear much about it, and I get it's because of the Eagles.
And part of that, too, is, yes, they won last night without Steph.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of, okay, great, but what would have happened?
They could have lost.
And that was kind of my point last week when they beat the Lakers. I understand that win felt like a loss, no doubt. They shouldn't have blown it. They went in overtime. we came in on Saturday and it felt like a loss. And I was reminding you and the listeners a couple times, like, hey, by the way, they did win the game. Like, it would be worse if they lost it. They did win. All right, not pretty. So you're right. They could have lost that game. But I think the fact that when you see Steph is out and you don't have that test, I think that kills buzz. If you had Steph in, if you have the entire, championship Golden State Warriors in there, it's different.
It's a little bit different. Yeah.
But when you have Steph out, it's like, okay, good win, but not
beat Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that kind of kills momentum, kills a vibe.
All right. They beat Jordan Poole.
Good player.
They beat Klay Thompson.
He's very good.
They beat the basket. Is that what they call him? Kuminga.
Oh.
But his nickname?
I don't know his nickname.
Let's go to Raj.
Well, that killed
Philly.
that killed
Raj,
the
what's
mood.
going on, man?
Okay.
Hey, guys. Love the show. Especially love the Eric B. and Rakim intro and the Arkansas Corliss Williamson.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
We're the number one show for Corliss Williamson drops in the city.
It's the only show you'll get both, so I appreciate listening to you guys every Saturday.
Thanks, man.
I just wanted to talk about a karma situation, but particularly a theory on Embiid. So I don't know which one's a priority first.
Whatever you want to go with.
It's your world, man. We're just living in it. You just go.
All right. So this is my thing on Embiid, and I think everyone's right, but it seems like being pushed to the back burner, like you said in February, where we all start caring about the Sixers, should help them because you just had the Eagles win a Super Bowl in 2017. They're doing well now. The Phillies finally got in the playoffs. I think there's a lot of pressure, and I think Embiid's starting to realize he can't get us to win our championship. And I think he's sprinkling this information now to kind of help transition if things don't pan out.
Why do you think he thinks that? I mean, the guy's been balling out. I mean, look, they've been winning games since he's been playing as well as he's been.
But it's kind of like, as a fan, I love Iverson. I knew he was never going to win us a championship. But I think there was an expectation if you're a great player.
Yeah, but you also had Iverson with,
nobody.
George Lynch, Aaron McKee, Dikembe Mutombo,
Rajah Bell.
And he got us to a finals, which is like exceeding.
Oh, I know, and that's why Iverson's my favorite player of all time, and
right.
Will be for
Embiid,
everyone.
I don't think Embiid really thinks he's going to be able to do that for our city. I don't think he's going to, and I think he's trying to lay down a little bit of being a martyr so that he can transition.
I hope that's not the case. I mean, look, he said it in that interview with Yahoo Sports where he mentioned the Sixers fans want to trade me. He did also say, like, look, it takes some luck to win an NBA title. And he mentioned health, right? And you want to talk about unlucky, that's Embiid and these injuries. It's not like Embiid is made of glass. Like the people that talk about him being, he's always getting hurt, he's soft. Well, you take an elbow from a professional athlete coming down,
Sure, I will not do that.
You're going to take off from work for a week.
Yeah, Embiid is not soft.
No.
There's no question he's not soft.
I do agree with that. There's something, it's just something like every year, it just doesn't seem like it's destined to happen. And I don't know. I mean, as a fan, I hope we get to a finals. To me, if you're a great player and you want to make the Hall of Fame as an NBA, you got to at least reach a finals.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong at all. But
So anyway, I mean, that was just, and I'm hoping for the team like everyone else. It's just that feeling is, I just don't have that hope anymore.
Yeah, because you don't want to go through that entire process, right? Yeah. And come away with not even an Eastern Conference Finals appearance.
And I mean, I agree. And do you see him when he got here? I mean, the Eagles won their first Super Bowl. The Phillies are starting to show life, and and the Eagles are trying to win it again. I think the whole city, all that's just adding another element to this expectation.
See, I actually look at it differently. I actually look at it as they don't have as much pressure right now. Now it's going to be different once the Eagles season comes to an end in February, like you said. But right now, Raj, we appreciate the call. Right now, I feel like there's very little pressure because
I agree with you.
The Phillies were a major distraction. The Eagles are a major distraction. Like Joel Embiid, the way some people talk about him, I feel like they don't realize that since he came back from the rolled ankle, here's his points. 30, 19, he stinks. 35, 39, 38, 53, 31, 34.
Yeah, he's at 6 straight of 30 plus.
Yeah. And 7 out of his last 8. Here's rebounds for the. Oh, he doesn't attack the boards. 8, 6, 11, 7, 12, 12, 7, 13.
Okay.
How about assists? 7, 6, 8, 3, 5, 3, 2, 4. The last couple were down. Now that's James Harden's back.
Yeah.
But when Harden was out, he's coming close to triple doubles.
Yeah.
He had 4 steals and 2 blocks yesterday.
I agree with you. Like, I definitely think the pressure is off of them for the time being.
It would be a lot worse if the Eagles were.
Yeah, I mean, look, there was a time where Joel Embiid, he lived through it, where they were the number 1 in town, and they were our hope. Like, that was it. They were it. Now it's not that case. With his comments, you got to remember too. Like, do I think that he actually believes it? No, not really. I mean, Dave Schaller, the PR director for the Sixers, who does a great job, he tweeted out like, Joel Embiid strikes again. He kind of thought, implying it was a troll job, and maybe it was. Remember though, Allen Iverson demanded a trade the year before he dragged us to the NBA Finals. The year before he won an MVP.
Thank you,
and
Matt
if it wasn't
Geiger.
for Matt Geiger.
Thank you, Matt Geiger.
He has an MVP season in Detroit. So it happens. Like, at times, stars in this city just go, you know what? I kind of want out. And we're acting, by the way, with his comments, like he said, I want out. We're going, he's laying the foundation for it.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Maybe somebody ate his oatmeal raisin cookie and he just had a bad day.
Yeah, I know somebody who that happened to.
Maybe that happened to him. I don't know, but I think Joel Embiid's gonna be here for a long, long time. I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah, he wants to be here forever. 610-632-0975. He's Pat Egan. I'm Andrew Salciunas. We'll continue all your phone calls on the Sixers. I love it. Every once in a while, the Sixers conversation just heats up, lights up. Eagles are 12-1, so we're talking about them as well, and also the instant bad karma moves. We'll continue all of that for the final hour right here, 97.5 The Fanatic.
97.5 The Fanatic.
Barbera! Gary Barbera's Big Finish event is a bumper-to-bumper total clearance. We got the car with the biggest, baddest, deepest December discounts. New cars up to 10 grand off. Inventory's flying, because with Barbera's 0 down and no payments for 3 whole months, you need nothing. That's why Birds coach Nick picks Barbera.
Boy, I guess. Philadelphia's Credit Connection.
Instant credit, 0 down, no payments. New cars up to 10 grand off. Hello. Gary Barbera's blowing out the bargains, along with a generous donation to the U.S. Marines Toys for Tots. Everything's included, even the kitchen sink. But if you miss it, you're walking.
Cost Barbera Care. 10K off on stock number 22C1014. While supplies last. 0 down and no payments for 90 days for well-qualified buyers on select vehicles. All offers plus tax tags and 422 doc fee. Expires January 2nd, 2023.
Follow that bid to Barbera's biggest ever year-end clearance, where all we do is discount Dodges, Chryslers, Rams, and Jeeps, even cheaper.
This is Coach Sirianni. Is Barbera the best?
0 down, no payments.
Boy, I guess.
Go Birds!
Dr. Trudy Fleer here with the 5G Home Recovery Podcast. Today's episode is inspired by those T-Mobile home internet speeds that are much slower than Xfinity's lickety-split speeds. Speeds that slow to a crawl can leave us feeling like we have to move faster to compensate. Wrong. We don't have to move faster. The internet does. Now, you can move however you want. You want to move like a sloth? Do it. Be a sloth. A sloth with blazing fast Xfinity internet that you should have gotten in the first place. I hate to say I told you so, but, Learn more at xfinity.com/TMOFax.
Now through December 21st, new customers can get started with 400 megabits per second fast internet for just $30 a month for 2 full years, with no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile at regular rates. Or get $200 back when you upgrade to gig speed. Go to xfinity.com/TMOFax, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here, and now is the perfect time to download FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge, America's #1 sportsbook. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back if your first bet doesn't win. All you have to do is sign up with promo code Bob. You can go money line. You can go point spreads. My favorite, player props. That's right. Over under rushing, over under receiving yards, touchdowns, all of those things you can do. And you can combine your bets for a chance at an even bigger payout with the same game parlay. And now with live betting, you get updated odds on games that have already started. And most importantly, you get paid fast. All on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Sign up with promo code Bob for your no-sweat first bet. That's promo code Bob. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present in PA. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey guys, are you struggling with erectile dysfunction and sick of the pills? There's a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men and is now available in Philadelphia. Oak Hills Medical Clinic uses WAVE technology, backed by 50 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call now to schedule a completely free and confidential assessment. You will receive a free blood flow ultrasound and get something unique that produces powerful results in the bedroom in just minutes. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but is free to those that call in the next 2 minutes. 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and get your love life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic of Philadelphia now to schedule your completely confidential appointment. 215-302-9999.
At T-Mobile, we believe people deserve more without paying more. For a limited time, get 4 iPhone 14s with their amazing cameras on us and 4 lines for $25 a line.
Wow, it's like expecting a Christmas caroler.
Deck the hall with boughs of holly.
But getting a whole choir.
Deck the hall with boughs of holly.
With an epic horn section, too.
It's the season to be jolly.
It's so cool. I'm capturing it all with the amazing camera on my new iPhone 14.
Plus, T-Mobile has Price Lock Guarantee. Unlike the other big guys, we guarantee we won't raise the price of your rate plan for talk, text, or data. So what are you waiting for? Switch to T-Mobile and for a limited time, get 4 iPhone 14s on us with eligible trade-ins and 4 lines for $25 a line. Get used to getting even more from T-Mobile.
With 24 monthly bill credits and auto pay plus taxes and fees for well-qualified customers with 4-line minimum. If you cancel service before 24 credits, credit stop and balance on a required finance agreement for all devices is due. Price lock for rate plan price of current on-network service for eligible lines. Excludes taxes, fees, promos, and third-party services. See T-Mobile.com for details.
Worried about holiday shopping this year? Don't be. You can mark off every name on your list with just one trip to the Berlin Farmers Market. Shop more than 75 local businesses, offering a great selection of toys, sports, jewelry, clothes, video games, electronics, candy, sweets, and so much more, all under one roof. The Berlin Farmers Market is decorated for the holidays with Santa, the Grinch, and elves visiting and open every day from December 1st through Christmas Eve. For hours, info, directions, and more, visit BerlinFarmersMarket.com.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and discreet shipping if prescribed. You'll love your results. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Eagle Shows presents the Oaks Gun Show now through Sunday at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks. Don't miss one of the region's largest gun shows with over 1,500 tables. Buy, sell, or trade. From guns, rifles, pistols, and ammo to military surplus, uniforms, medals, and more. The Oaks Gun Show. This weekend only at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks. Minutes off Route 422 in Oaks, PA. Friday 1 to 7, Saturday 9 to 5, and Sunday 9 to 4. Tickets are just $13 a day or get a 3-day pass for $30. Get yours at the door or visit eagleshows.com.
Hey, Sixer fans, it's Matt Cord for the Bet Parks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers. The Bet Parks app is fun to use, built around on what you want right from your phone. It's easy to sign up, great customer service, and faster to win than ever before. Download the Bet Parks app today. The Bet Parks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers.
See website for terms and conditions. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
O'clock, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salciunas alongside Pat Egan. Final hour for us today. Rest of the day, Tyler Zulli's got you covered 12-3. Chickies and Pete's in Malvern. D. Lynam and Kevin Cooney from 3 to 6:30. And then the Red Hot Flyers are hosting the Rangers tonight at 7 o'clock. You can listen to all that live right here on The Fanatic. By the way, Matt Menard comes in here during the break. He goes, by the way, I have a weekend news dump. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
But Ray Dunn took off. Ray Dunn might have
may be done.
Yeah, Ray Dunn might have gotten Wally pipped.
Because 2 weeks ago, he big times us. And he goes and hosts his own show.
Yeah, guy's been at the station for about 12 minutes. He's taking days off.
Took off today. So
paid vacation apparently.
Last
for Ray
name
Dunn.
last name may make sense.
Maybe apt.
Yeah.
It may live up to that name.
So it's
Ray, I'm done.
It's Matt time.
Ray, I'm done.
So we got the weekend news dump coming up in 10 minutes. So because of that, I want to get to a bunch of calls and talk to Sixers and all kinds of other fun stuff.
I guess Ray would be Jeff Jenkins in this situation.
Well, there's no platoon. Like that was a plan.
Like was this, because I don't know how many people out there get the Wally Pipp reference, like the younger people.
Yeah.
So
I think it's just set at this point.
I guess we'd have to go with Shane Victorino. No, we'd have to go Jason Worth, Jeff Jenkins.
Yeah, but no, that was always planned to be a platoon going into it.
No, Jeff Jenkins was signed to be the starter. And then like midway through the year, Jason Worth walked up to Charlie Manuel and was like, yo, dude, I don't suck. That guy sucks right now.
Well,
I don't suck.
Make sure you speak about Jeff Jenkins respectfully, though.
I do, because he hit that monster double.
I have that photo autographed.
Monster double. I actually like Jenkins, but he just didn't pan out here.
No, he was great in Milwaukee.
But Menard, and I liked Ray Dunn.
Yeah.
But he just didn't pan out on Wake and Cake.
It's just apparently. Let's go to Stan in Drexel Hill. Stan, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on?
So I'm glad you called in, because last week we weren't even talking Sixers. You call in and to talk about Doc. And I get it. Doc's on my mind all the time, too. Today, it seems like you're in a little bit of a better mood. It says Sixers are hitting their stride. I like this.
Well, but here's the thing. I actually think it's despite or.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
You know what I mean? I think that's just the greatness that you're seeing from him. And first of all, let's get this out the way. Embiid, if you or your people are listening to this, don't let the minority.
Yeah, we want you here, bro. We want you here.
I think a lot of times, somebody said this last night. I think Jeff Van Gundy said it, and I actually think he hit the nail on the head. He said sometimes with superstars, they hear the whispers from the minority, and they let that think that that's the majority.
Yeah, and I think it's an insecurity thing, and we all have it. I mean, I brought up the example earlier. Like Pat and I could have the best show in the world, and Tasty Cake Don was going to be coming up after you could call in and say, you know what, this show stinks, and it's going to break my heart, and I'll be thinking about it for a week.
Yeah, I'd cry, and all of a sudden I'm eating Edmonds.
If there's 10 people in the room, and 3 of them don't like you, and the other 7 like you, there's something wrong with the other 3 people. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Right.
That's the way I look.
But we don't look at it sometimes.
No, I mean, sometimes, though, those 3 people have a case, for me at least.
So when it comes to Doc, like, okay, the team is winning, so it's going to be very hard to be critical when your team is winning, but I think that's more so because James Harden is looking really good, and Joel Embiid, of course, with his greatness. The thing about the way the Sixers are playing, they have to get it, like, people complain a lot about P.J. Tucker. I hear that all the time. Oh, P.J. Tucker. And I'm like, what y'all not paying attention to is that P.J. Tucker may only have 3 points, 5 points, but I don't care about that because his impact needs to be on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, he keeps the best player in check.
He does. You don't, and then you look at it. We beat Giannis. We beat KD. Those guys were both under their averages. And who was the main guy defending them? It was P.J. Tucker, who has the second highest plus minus rating on the team right now. It's P.J. Tucker. And Embiid's at like a 7, and then P.J. Tucker's at like a 4. And then the next person's at like a 2.5 or something like that. There's a reason behind that, So it's little things that you got to pay attention. And I think they are hitting their stride. I think being at home, you got Toronto, who's going to always plays you tough. You could really come out of this home stretch they might run the table, to be honest with you. I really think they might have a chance to really go 8-0 in the next these 8 games, because then you play that Christmas game in New York. And I always feel like we're a better team than the Knicks. So the team could be really hitting a stride where they can make a good run. And I think for them to be successful this season, they got to get a top 3 seed. I got a quick karma thing, too.
Yeah.
This is actually with myself. I want to believe I was the manifestation of karma for somebody.
Okay.
Because I work security, right? And so I'm down, the campuses, Penn and Drexel and all that. So I'm driving around, and there was this dude just flying through traffic, just flying. So I pull up next to him, and I'm like, bro, and I'm in the work vehicle, and I'm like, bro, you cool? Like, you got to chill out. So he kind of like blasted his music, gave me the bird.
Of course.
And I said, oh yeah? I said, cool. I pulled out my radio and I called in a reckless driver. And then not even 2 streets later, he's pulled over and I pulled up right next to him. And I looked right at him and you could tell he had this salty look in his face. And I felt so good about myself. I felt like I did the world.
Yeah, and you gave him the heads up.
Yeah.
And we appreciate the call. It's not like he was just like, oh, I'm just going to call in. He was like, yo, are you all right? And the guy's an a-hole about it. I saw a guy flying through a Wawa parking lot yesterday. I'm just like, what do you have to do? It was a kid. I mean, like, look, I did it too when I was a kid, but it's just like, what's going through your mind?
See, I go like super slow during Wawa parking lots because they're always packed.
Yeah.
You don't know people pulling out or whatever, but yeah, I love the people that they pull up to the red light and they think it's optional. It's like, bro, it ain't optional.
No.
Like, I
did you not play red light, green light as a kid?
I get it. Like, chicks think bad boys. That's all we were told growing up.
Yeah.
Is like girls like the bad boy image. And there's nothing.
That's why I got Chrissy. I've settled down ever since.
Yeah, but there's nothing that turned women on by coming in and being, going to the bar and go, yeah, I got here? Blowing every red light. I don't follow traffic laws, baby girl. Nice to meet you. My name's Pat. Like, I understand that lifestyle. I do. But it drives me nuts when I see somebody do that. And I'm like, for what? Like, where are you going? Where's the fire?
They're in a hurry. They're in a hurry.
I also don't like the people that honk at the Amazon driver around this time.
Yeah, it ain't right.
Now, if the Amazon driver has an area to pull over, I get. But when they're blocking a street, let the person do their job.
Exactly.
For Christ's sake.
And you probably ordered 10 things yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I mentioned Tasty Cake Dom. Dom, you happy with the show today?
Oh, you guys are the greatest. I don't miss your show, Andrew, Pat. I don't miss.
You feeling all right? You sound a little congested, Dom.
No, I'm okay. I was thinking about what you just said about the Amazon. Right now, these poor Amazon guys, because I see them all day.
Oh my God,
they're killing themselves, man.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody's bitching about the Amazon guys.
Yeah, they're working there.
They're grinding it out more than anybody.
And it's crazy because you ordered like 10 things, right? And I know we did a lot of that. We haven't really been able to go to the store because of Coop. We don't want to bring them out just yet. And so we ordered 10 things one day, but they don't come at the same day. I feel like I'm starting to get to know my Amazon driver.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, saw you the last 6 days. We ordered this all at the same time.
And the Amazon driver that does Williamstown is a Tunis and Pat Egan fan.
Oh, shout out to you.
I see him 6 times because these dudes, the one thing that they do is they'll do like 25 houses and they suck down coffee like it's
oh, yeah, I bet.
They're in the Wawas quite often getting coffee and everything like that. I wanted to talk to you and Pat, Andrew, about, did you guys, before the Sixers game, because it was on ESPN, did you watch that pregame show?
No, I was at my appearance, so there's a lot of music.
Now, Pat, there's a lot of hot air on that. They got Wilbon and Stephen A., so there's a lot of hot air on that show. But they went through the top 5 MVP. First of all, they said it's really a 2-horse race, Tatum and Giannis. And then they went John Morant, they went Luka, they went Zion. They did not mention Joel Embiid.
So was this their personal list?
Yeah, this was their top 5 candidates for MVP so far for the season.
Because they did the NBA quarter poll kind of deal, and they did they had everybody together, like everybody that works at that does NBA work for ESPN. The leader is Tatum right now. Yeah. Giannis is second, Luka third, Steph fourth, Jokic, of course, somebody had to give him a vote. And then there's one from NBA.com, Tatum, Giannis, Jokic, Ja, Durant, Luka, and Zion tied for 6th, and Embiid comes in at 8th.
Well, right now, I went to BetMGM app and looked at the odds, and you've got Jason Tatum 1, Giannis, Luka, and then Embiid. So Embiid's plus 800.
Well, that's where the smart money is.
Now, the top 3 is plus 270, plus 300, plus 350. But Embiid is plus 800, and then Jokic is plus 1,400. Now, once the nerds get their calculators fixed, get the new T9 delivered to them from Amazon.
Yes.
All right, they're gonna bump that 1,400 to probably minus 300, and Jokic will be the favorite. But for the time being right now, Embiid is 4th on the list, which isn't too bad.
No.
I respect that.
He should be. I know you, Andrew. You had a guy call in yesterday and said that I said Embiid was soft. Early on, I was very disappointed, especially that opening game. I just marvel at Giannis's intensity, and sometimes I don't see that from Joe. But I don't think I ever denied.
I've never seen Joel Embiid throw a ladder. You're right.
I never denied Joel Embiid's talent.
No, I don't. Somebody said I didn't even hear that. Somebody thought
in the world.
I didn't hear you say that.
I sometimes I question, and Pat, you're right. Like, it's so hard when you got this coach, and I try. Like, I'm running short. The most complete game I saw him play all year, Pat, was the Laker game until the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, and I know that bothers. Thank God they won. Dom, we appreciate the call.
Yeah, ultimately they did win.
They ultimately won.
But yeah, it seemed like they were,
and they've looked good ever since that game too. They've been looking better.
I mean, hopefully that game kind of woke them up to realize you can't coast
right
in this sport.
Right.
You know,
all right. So we
just
we got an open line right now. You can climb in at 610-632-0975. But Matt Menard surprises us today.
Huge move
with a weekend.
Some would say power move.
I would say so.
Yeah.
He put it on the table. Matt, good morning. What do we have today on the weekend news dump? Matt Menard edition.
Well, first of all, my research here had nothing to do with, and I didn't talk to you before the show, but some of it has to do with karma. Good karma and bad karma, which is perfect timing. Well, this happens here in Florida. Well, not here in Florida, but
of course it does.
Anytime you look at a weird story, something from Florida is going to come up. Well, there's this deputy dresses up as the Grinch every year. This is in Marathon, Florida, and he monitors a school zone. Well, every year, he's been doing this for the last 20 years. His name is Colonel Lou Caputo. Sounds like he has a different job as well, based on that name. But what he does is, if you're driving 5 miles or less through the speed zone, you have the option of getting a citation or an onion. He gives you an onion. He's dressed up as the Grinch, and he gives you a nasty, smelly onion instead of a citation.
If you're driving, 5 miles under the speed limit?
5 miles or less past the speed limit, like over the speed limit.
Oh, okay.
Right. So if it's 5 miles or over the speed limit, then you're going to get a ticket regardless. You're in a school zone, but he says he does it based on for education. You know, it's a surprise to everybody, but he gives you the option of getting an onion. He says some people, they're surprised, they're caught off guard. Some people even ate it in front of them. Took a big bite out of it.
I wouldn't do that. I would laugh at it. I'd put it. I wouldn't even put it down. I'd hold it. I'd drive away, and then I'd throw it somewhere in the trash. Of course, no littering.
Well, it's an onion. It'll grow more onions.
That's true.
I didn't get caught going through a school zone. Luckily, I didn't get caught, but I realized at one point I kind of blanked.
As you were in the zone.
I'm not flying through it. I'm going like 35,
but
40.
It's 25. Yeah.
But it's 15 miles an hour. We got to come to a crawl because nobody taught little Susie how to look both ways before she crossed the street. So I realized like halfway through, and I was like, I better slow down before I get
an onion.
Yeah, before I get it. Well, no, I would have gotten a citation.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't have been an onion?
No, would have been an onion.
Okay.
Now, you wouldn't have had the option then.
Yeah, but I slowed down.
All right, well, good for you. What's next?
All right, we're going to jump across the pond to England.
All right.
Now, I got a question for both of you guys. Do you think you guys, when you took your significant others on a first date, do you think you could turn that into a Guinness Book of World Record later on down the road? What you did into a world record?
No.
Well, let me hear the story, and then I'll maybe be like, most money ever spent at a Friendly's?
You went to Friendly's?
It was at the last stop.
Dude, I love Friendly's.
We went to
well, yeah, you being an ice cream guy.
So like we had a couple of first dates, Christy and I, because it was like one of those on and off things. And we were fresh out of high school, so it's not like we had money or anything.
Yeah.
So we went bowling.
Okay.
We got some food before the bowling, I'm pretty sure, and then we went to Friendly's afterward. A little ice cream.
Yeah, underrated item at Friendly's is something you guys talked about today. The quesadilla.
Oh, really?
My go-to food item. It's like greasy and not good for you, but it's delicious. It's so good, man. Yeah, it's clearly not good for you, but it's delicious. But I love Friendly's.
On the list.
I'm a big fan of Friendly's. How'd that date work out? Like, how did it go?
It was okay. We hung out a couple more times afterward.
Okay.
Then we went to college.
You guys still together?
Yeah. Yeah, I woke up this morning. She was still there.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, well, the Massies, they took a tandem bicycle. I don't know if they saw some rom-com before that, took tandem bicycle on their first date. Well, they turned that into a Guinness Book of World Record. They decided that they were going to drive across the globe on a tandem bicycle. It took them 6 months.
I'm not doing that.
They started in Berlin.
No.
They arrived back in Berlin December 1st. 1,800 miles across the globe. Now, I tried to map it out. I don't know how they went because I didn't know that you could ride a bicycle across the globe, through land. But
can't.
Yeah, I know through Russia and Alaska, there's that little, what's it called, the Bering Strait or whatever, but I don't know how else they did it. Either way, but they're going to get credit for Guinness Book of World Record. Tandem bicycle, the quickest.
I have to, this, there has to be BS here. There's no way you met somebody for the first time.
And you're like, hey, by the way.
Let's go around the world in 80 days.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't the first date. That's what they did on their first date.
They rode the tandem bicycle on the first date. And then they recreated it.
And then, they recreated it. They ended up, that would.
Because I would have been like, no, you're going to murder me when we're in Montana.
I mean, your first date.
We're going to be in the plains here.
That first
Montana
date would be
shouldn't be a
6
state.
months long.
We can sell that.
It took them 6 months. That would be the longest first date as well.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah.
You're trying a little too hard at that point. There's got to be easier things we can do. Like, do you remember the show Robin Big?
No.
Matt, Robin Big?
I know the name.
Robin Big is one of the greatest MTV shows of all time. It was a reality show based on Rob Dyrdek, the skateboarder, and his
from
best friend.
That's right.
Yeah, this was their first show though, but it was him and his best friend Christopher Boykin, who they called Big, and it was Robin Big. It was a reality but like buddy show. And one of the episodes was they woke up and they were like, let's break some records, and they broke ridiculously stupid records. Like Big broke the most powdered donuts eaten in 3 minutes.
Okay.
And he just ate 4 donuts. They called up the Guinness Book of World Records. They had the guy come out, and the guy just watched them break all these stupid records that are very easy to break, but no one thought of it. You know what I mean? They're easier records to do than a 6-month tandem bicycle.
There has to be an ice cream record that you could break.
I'm sure there is.
Got to do it.
I've thought about it before, like a bucket list item. is to get
most items snuck into a movie theater.
At the same time?
Yeah.
We'll do most money, like not cashless. So like you have.
That's tough though, because I could sneak in the Barclay Prime $120 cheesesteak, and that's one item.
Yeah, but that thing's probably smelling delicious, and so it's kind of hard to sneak. Like they're gonna.
No, I snuck in chicken teriyaki one time. Yeah, from the mall, like the bourbon chicken, chicken
bourbon
teriyaki.
chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, I've snuck that in before.
Okay.
I've made sure, by the way, that because nowadays you can see how many people are in the movie.
Yeah.
I made sure that there was going to be no one in the movie.
Yeah, you weren't
that
gonna be
stuff
sitting
you
next
busted
to each
out.
other.
It's like, yeah, who brought the chicken?
All right, so I have a website here that tells us the 10 world records that you could break at home. Number 1, most socks put on one foot in 30 seconds.
Oh, I'd dominate that.
Pavel Durdik from Slovakia put 28 socks on one foot in 30 seconds. You have to go one at a time. That's really hard, but you can try to do it at home. Tallest toilet paper tower in 30 seconds. Silvio Saba managed 28 rolls in 30 seconds.
So you're training for that.
One at a time.
Yeah.
Most Smarties eaten in 60 seconds blindfolded using chopsticks. Who the hell's doing that?
That's what I mean. Like there's these.
That is dumb.
No.
Who broke it?
They don't have the name on here.
There's one name that I'm looking for. But go ahead.
All right. Fastest time to arrange the alphabet from a can of alphabet spaghetti. Cody Jones did that in 3 minutes and 21 seconds.
That sounds pretty cool.
I could try to. You could get lucky.
That's pretty cool.
Like you just see a couple right away. All right, we could try it. You want to try it on the show one day?
I could do that.
Fastest time to assemble Mr. Potato Head. Samet Durmaz from Turkey did it in 6.62 seconds. That's ridiculous. It's kind of like cup stacking, but even more impressive. Fastest time to eat a 12-inch pizza, but with a knife and fork. Kelvin Medina, not Adonis Medina.
Yeah, not Funky Cole Medina.
His cousin.
Kelvin Medina from the Philippines did it in 23.62 seconds. Now, here's the thing. How, like, you could cut it and then eat like a slice.
Yeah, I guess if you stuff it in your mouth fast enough.
Yeah, like
you still got to chew it.
Yeah, you have to. Everything has to be swallowed, obviously.
So how many of these are done by Ashrita Furman?
I've not seen the name pop up.
So Ashrita Furman, they've done a couple stories on Real Sports with Brian Gumbel.
Okay.
And he has over 500 world records.
Wow, really?
And most of them are like stupid ones like this.
Okay.
Like the one was most, I want to say it was like most kiwis sliced by a samurai sword in the air in 3 minutes. And he had to like take the samurai sword out, throw it up, slice it, put the samurai sword back, throw it up. And he cut himself pretty good doing it.
Played a lot of Fruit Ninja.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, it was like Fruit Ninja. Yeah, like he has a bunch of really ridiculous, stupid records.
All right,
but they're out there. Like they're obtainable. Like you can break a world record.
So I already said Sylvia Saba earlier. Sylvia did the toilet paper one.
Yeah.
Sylvia Saba also owns the record for the most clothespin pegs clipped to your face in a minute.
How many?
51.
No, I'm out.
That's a lot of pain.
Yeah, I'm out.
All right.
A lot like.
I mean, he could have been drunk.
The thing, like for me, it's like I would do one. I get the plaque. It's a nice conversation starter in your home. And then you put it on LinkedIn and that's it. But these people that do like multiple ones that are like really dumb, I kind of question what else they got. But hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing.
That's their thing.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry that we only got to 2 year stories.
It's all good.
You got conversation started. So we appreciate it. Look,
that's all we asked for here.
You surprised us. Ray surprised us by not working again.
By not showing up.
Incredible. 610-632-0975, the number to climb in. We got one segment left, so we'll continue the Sixers conversation with you all. He's Pat Egan. I'm Andrew Salciunas, and we're taking you until noon right here on The Fanatic.
97.5 The Fanatic.
Gary Barbera's Big Finish event is a bumper-to-bumper total clearance. We got the car with the biggest, baddest, deepest December discounts. New cars up to 10 grand off. Inventory's flying because with Barbera's 0 down and no payments for 3 whole months, you need nothing. That's why Birds coach Nick picks Barbera.
Boy, I guess. Philadelphia's Credit Connection.
Instant credit, 0 down, no payments. New cars up to 10 grand off.
Hello.
Gary Barbera's blowing out the bargains. Along with a generous donation to the U.S. Marines Toys for Tots. Everything's included, even the kitchen sink. But if you miss it, you're walking.
Cost Barbera Care. 10K off on stock number 22C1014. While supplies last. 0 down and no payments for 90 days for well-qualified buyers on select vehicles. All offers plus tax tags and 422 doc. Expires January 2nd, 2023.
Follow that bid to Barbera's biggest ever year-end clearance. Where all we do is discount. Dodges, Chryslers, Rams, and Jeeps even cheaper.
This is Coach Sirianni. Is Barbera the best?
0 down, no payments.
Boy, I guess. Go Birds!
Hey guys, it's Andrew. Now's the perfect time to download FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge. It's America's #1 sports book. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with promo code Fanatic. I love betting on FanDuel. They give you everything. Of course, you have football. You can bet on the Birds every single week. Money line, point spread, maybe some player props. But of course, you can also go with our team on the hardwood and our team on the ice. I love that FanDuel lets live bet, and of course, the same game parlays. It's all in this one app that is safe, secure, and super easy to use. Just sign up with promo code Fanatic for your no-sweat first bet. Again, up to $1,000. That's promo code Fanatic. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present in PA. First online real money wager only. Refund issued is non-withdrawable free bets that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We've been together for 30 years.
35.
35 years together. And never an argument.
Oh, we fight a lot.
That we couldn't settle. But we finally agreed on cannabis of all things.
Our friends had a good experience with it, so we decided to give it a shot.
And we both agreed we didn't want to go sit in some doctor's office with a bunch of masked strangers waiting for a medical cannabis card.
We did.
Oh, thank God.
So we went to veryhill.com and qualified online for our medical cannabis cards in just a few minutes. The simple payment plan made it very manageable.
Yeah, woman gets what she wants.
I'm a force of nature.
Join the millions of people who've qualified online for a medical cannabis card with VeriHeal. One low fee covers the cost of consultation and the card. And if you don't qualify, your fee is refunded 100%. Get started today with easy financing. Visit VeriHeal now. That's VERIHEAL. Veraheel.com.
At Total Wine & More, save big on what you love this December with hundreds of deals. Get up to 35% off over 200 different wines and spirits, including Cabernet, sparkling wine, single barrel bourbon, and so much more. These savings are huge, and even better, they're on top of prices that are already the lowest in town. Deals this good don't last long, so visit Total Wine & More to find yours. Love what you find at the lowest price, only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Dell Technologies' Days of Deals for Business start now with fresh, limited quantity deals on tech to drive productivity. Save on select performance laptops and desktops powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything, and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Worried about holiday shopping this year? Don't be. You can mark off every name on your list with just one trip to the Berlin Farmers Market. Shop more than 75 local businesses, offering a great selection of toys, sports, jewelry, clothes, video games, electronics, candy, sweets, and so much more, all under one roof. The Berlin Farmers Market is decorated for the holidays with Santa, the Grinch, and elves visiting, and open every day from December 1st through Christmas Eve. For hours, info, directions, and more, visit BerlinFarmersMarket.com.
Since the dawn of time, men and women have fought over one thing: the temperature. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm sweating. I'm freezing. It's time to end the thermostat wars. With special financing offers on a high-efficiency heating and cooling system, including Trane's whole house air filtration system, you'll get even, consistent heat and breathe cleaner, healthier air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
Hey guys, this is Keenan Thompson. I have a problem with you. Yes, you. None of y'all told me that AutoTrader has millions of new and used cars that I can shop from home. I thought we were friends. I put smiles on your face, but I'm not smiling. No one told me that with AutoTrader, a dealer can deliver cars to my home or that I could shop by price on AutoTrader. No one. Consider this friendship that you just learned we had officially over. Finally, it's easy. AutoTrader.
Gain presents a tale of longing and long-lasting scent. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even longer-lasting scent.
The Player to Bank On is brought to you by First Trust Bank.
This week's Players to Bank On both set milestones on Sunday versus New York. Miles Sanders became the first Eagles running back to rush for 1,000 yards since LaShawn McCoy in 2014, while A.J. Brown became the first wide receiver to reach 1,000 yards since Jeremy Maclin in the same year.
That Player to Bank On was brought to you by First Trust Bank, the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Guys, listen to this. More alluring than lingerie, feeling like wearing next to nothing at all. Those are naturally nude pajamas, only from Pajamagram. And they're an exciting gift, and they're one that you're both going to enjoy. The ultimate holiday surprise for her, and right now, when you go to Pajamagram.com to purchase the sensuous, naturally nude pajamas, you're going to get a naturally nude nightie for free. Order today, save $75, and insured delivery before Christmas. Go to Pajamagram.com for naturally nude pajamas, and tell them John Kincaid sent you.
Primo Hoagies has a primo deal on primo gift cards this holiday season. Right now, buy a $25 gift card and get a $5 bonus card, or buy a $100 gift card and get a $25 bonus card this Christmas. Make it primo, not just a hoagie. It's primo.
Catch Sixers game day action at JT Brewski's Pub, 510 South Oak Avenue in Primos. Enjoy outstanding American pub fare with $5 Modelo drafts during all Sixers games. For more info, visit them at jtbrewskispub.com.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey. Philly sports fans, the energy of the city. 97.5 The Fanatic.
11:30, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salciunas alongside Pat Egan. We got our final segment kicking off right now. Tyler Zulli coming your way next, live from Chickies and Pizza in Malvern. Tom Alvord, who I just saw for the first time in God knows how long. He's producing the show. So looking forward to hearing Tyler and Tom together. Matt's been with Tyler the last couple of weeks, but Matt moved on up with us. So thank you, Matt, for doing that.
Move down, depending on how you look at it.
That's true. That's true. So complete honesty here.
Yeah.
Like, I knew that there was football games today, NFL games today.
Yeah.
But it was Paul Nolan coming on reminding me that, like, oh, shoot, I got to check my fantasy lineup.
Oh, so I got yelled at last week for not updating my lineup.
Okay.
So I am in a league where I am the worst team in the league. It's a dynasty league.
Yeah.
Worst team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get to the point where you're like, I'm not checking my lineup. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you need me, if you're depending on me to win a game, bud, you're screwed. Your team ain't that good. And I got the message board and the text on the computer. Like, come on, man.
I had to text.
I want to be like, dude, what does it matter?
I had to text my cousin. So we had a guy who needed to win, and my cousin needed to win for him to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And my cousin had Tyreek Hill on the bench. He had like two guys that were.
But that's on the guy that needs him.
I know
to reach out to him. Like, if you're the commissioner, right?
Yes.
And I need Tom, who's the worst team in the league, to win.
Right.
And I look at Tom's lineup and I look at it and I go, oh my God, Tom's sitting everybody. You're reaching out to Tom.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining to you. That's a rat move. I'm not complaining to you. Hey, Tom's not sitting his line. Tom shouldn't have to sit his line. His team sucks.
No, it wasn't even. I'll be honest. It wasn't even the guy who needed to win that texted me. One of my buddies, because like I have a very mixed league. It's my groomsman, right? So it's like different walks of life. And so my one buddy was like, "Man, I feel bad for Pat." Same name. I feel bad for Pat. He might get screwed because my cousin's not.
So we got a roto police.
Yeah.
We got the fantasy police out here, huh?
Yeah.
Flashing badges.
And
like, come on, man.
But no, I feel bad. But yeah, I forgot that, I had to check my lineup, and I do have two people going today.
I don't have anybody because my two teams were trash.
I have
what happens when you take Russell
Wilson. I got
Wilson.
Cook and Chubb going today.
Dude, Russell
and I could have Tua, but I am not playing Tua in the 8-foot snow. I do have the quarterback that the Eagles are facing.
Okay.
Now, I normally do not play the players against the Eagles, but it is the playoffs, A, and B, the Eagles should spank the Bears, and Justin Fields should still get his, I would imagine.
Maybe.
Look, he scores
defense.
I just need him to score a touchdown on the ground.
Okay.
If he gets a 50-yard run, that's 11 points. 50-yard run and a touchdown, that's 5 for the yards and 6 for the touchdown. It's 11 points.
You know what's something that sat with me? That Paul Nolan gave us this tidbit really early on in the season with Justin Fields. It's like young quarterbacks take their over rushing yards.
Yeah.
But for tomorrow, the Falcons play. And I think I'm going to take Desmond Ridder over for rushing yards.
It's probably a good play.
Because he's like, look, they don't really know the speed of the game.
I feel like it's
flush out the pocket.
That's
early.
a great play, and I feel like tight end. Like reception.
Yeah. Oh, so tight end's a safety valve.
Because they always go to the safety valve, man.
Crappy offense and young quarterback, tight end.
Tight end, and then the quarterback runs. Yeah, it's a good play. Look at it. It's just incredible knowledge here.
Oh.
By the way, big news in the Flyers community. Lucas Sedlak is no longer, by the way. I just wanted to bring that up.
Oh, all right. I mean, how are they going to win today?
He went home. He terminated his contract.
Did he play the song, I'm coming home?
Maybe.
Coming home.
But in
Tell Twitter, check. I'm coming home.
Yeah.
Let the rain wash away. You know?
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. But yeah. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Thank God for that breaking news. I think the three callers on hold right now are
Sedlak.
Saw a couple people drop off because they want to talk about the Lucas Sedlak news.
Yeah, and we waited too long for it. The Flyers, let's see here. They did beat the Devils Thursday night to improve the record of 10-14-7. But can they?
Hey, Devils are good, so it's a good win.
Maybe this is one of those rally games.
Yeah, probably not. But maybe
Sedlak, they go. You know what? Let's do it for Sedlak.
You know what? No,
let's do it for Sedlak.
They go. F them. We don't need him. He didn't believe in us,
and then they realized they needed him and they lost.
Yeah, because everybody knows that the big offseason acquisition was Lucas Sedlak.
Yeah, it was a big one. Let's go to Hassan on the cell.
Dumpster fire.
Hassan, you're on the Fanatic.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
So I good. I'm in the car with my son. I took him to his first NBA basketball game last night.
That is awesome.
Nice.
So,
You never forget that.
So, I know it was great. I mean, his favorite players are Curry and Maxey, so it was a terrible injury report to see, but it is what it is. We had a great time. I want to talk about the Sixers because I'm a big fan of basketball in general, right? And I'm not feeling Doc Rivers, man. Like
you're not alone.
Yeah, I know, right? If you watch the games, right? Like we have no offensive sets, right? That bothers me so much. But when JoJo's not playing, it's like we're moving the ball like we're all of a sudden the Warriors, right? Like there's so much standing around, and the one play that they do, the give it to JoJo at the top of the key, like, yeah, that's great, but it's just like there's so much congestion, right? Like we have some shooters, but they're not like shooters, right? Like, and like that goes into Doc Rivers again. It's like when the playoffs come, right? I agree with what everyone's been saying. Like we don't really care for the Sixers now because it's a long season and it's always like this. We have a solid seasons, and then playoff comes, your roster gets smaller, right? You go 8 max, right? And right now,
most teams. But not
most teams.
Not Doc's teams.
Yeah, exactly. So we have like 11 total guys, right? Every one of these guys on the bench can have produced well in the last few weeks, right? And it's just like a guy like PJ Tucker, I'm not a fan, right? Like I appreciate what he's done in the past, and he was a better player in the past, but if you have a guy in there rather than him who can actually do 3 and D, right? And, he's just not consistent shooter. Like, you need someone spacing that floor. That's why, although Seth and even J.J. Redick, they were really bad on the defensive side, that helps significantly because you cannot come off that man, right? It opened the floor up for JoJo. And, like, it's just, like, not enough spacing for me to like it and be
well.
confident.
It's gonna help when you mentioned it. Who's your son's favorite Sixer?
Maxey.
He wasn't there yesterday.
Yeah,
I mean,
he comes back and changes.
I think that changes a lot because he's a 40% 3-point shooter now. I know he's not a Redick or a Bellinelli, right? Where we're used to just pop, catch and shoot, but he changes the way that floor is spaced out. Now the biggest thing is, and I've talked about this with Anthony a lot, is once Maxey does come back, Tobias and Tucker doesn't really work at the same time.
Yeah.
And so now the question is, what do you do? Does Tucker go to the bench, come off the bench, or does Maxey come off the bench to start the game, give you that scoring punch? He still ends up playing 35 minutes. It's just, does he come out 6 minutes left in the first quarter, and then he's out there by himself to start the second quarter when Embiid and Harden are getting a breather? So Hassan, we appreciate the call, man. I'm sorry that your son's favorite players didn't play.
No worries.
But you got a good game, and you got Joel Embiid. I know you're questioning Joe, but 34 and 13, another good game for Embiid yesterday. Look, we had our man Stan calling earlier. There are things that PJ Tucker does that they don't show up on the stat sheet. Now, look, would I appreciate if he hit those 2 corner threes like he used to in Houston? Yeah,
Absolutely.
Of course.
But there is something to be said for you look at the opposing team's players; they have problems with him.
All the time.
Look at the Sixers.
The Sixers could not figure him out in the playoffs.
He's not really the guy that I look at. Like he doesn't have my ire when it comes to fault with this Sixers team.
No, you know what the problem is? The contract.
Yeah.
If he was
because people don't like the contract to begin with.
If he was an $8 million player, you're going, yeah. But the fact that he's making as much money as he is, people are like, oh man.
People don't like the contract to begin with, and then they see 30 minutes and 0 points, and it's understandable. If you didn't watch the game, and that's not a slight. I mean, look, we all have lives going on.
Right.
But you just look at a box score, and he's making an impact. It's just not where you probably would assume it would be for an NBA player. You're not assuming NBA players go 30 minutes and don't score points.
Right.
But that's kind of not his role.
No, it's not. It's attacking the boards.
Any offense's added bonus.
Right. And look, the reason why I was so fired up when they got him, and it's not, oh man, I love grit. The players themselves, when they did the exit press conferences after the season came to an end when they lost to the Heat in the playoffs, multiple Embiid said it, Harden said it, Danny Green said it, George Niang said it. Those were the four that come to mind. I'm sure others said it. Doc Rivers, I'm sure, probably said it. They said they lacked a mental and physical toughness. They lacked something that the Heat had.
Yeah.
And shocker, who's the guy that they acquire from the Miami Heat? PJ Tucker. Like, that's what they did. And we all saw it.
Yeah.
Like, we all watched it happen. PJ Tucker was grabbing 4 or 5 offensive rebounds in one possession. Right? Like, he was grabbing multiple offensive rebounds in one possession against the Sixers. So, I'm not like just I love grit. But no, like they did not have any of that last year. And when it came down to it, that was a big part of the reason why they lost that series.
Absolutely.
And so you went out and got it. Now it's just the amount of money.
And it's a matter of getting culture in there and changing a little bit of the mindset in that locker room,
which is also important.
I mean, and you look at a guy like PG Tucker. I'll look it up, but he's carved out a really, really long NBA career by doing just this. Dude. Right? He's 37. And he just got a 3-year contract.
He worked out. Look. His big thing was getting that corner jump shot, getting that corner 3 to start falling. And that's why it works so well with James Harden back in Houston. And you hope that he can get back to that here in Philly. He's still spotting up in the corner. I know he only went 1 of 3 yesterday. He was 2 of 3 the night before. And I'm not asking for 8 attempts. You hit 1 of 3, 2 of 3 on a consistent basis, and then bring everything else that he brings. I'm not a PJ Tucker hater.
No, and my point is, so looking at his career here, okay, 2nd round pick, 1 season with the Raptors, goes over to Germany.
Yeah.
And then he finally carves out his NBA career, right? Then he finally gets started with the Phoenix Suns and then back to the Raptors and then the Rockets, Bucks, Heat, and then Sixers. So you get a guy like PJ Tucker and Pat Bev's cut from the same cloth. These guys that had to scratch and claw their way into the NBA. They're not giving it up easily.
No.
And you see the way they play, and it becomes infectious for his teammates. And it's a good message to send to the younger players on how to play. A guy like B-Ball Paul, who was a 2nd-round pick, who might think he's the man because he's winning the G League MVP. A guy like that sees that a 37-year-old just cashed in a 3-year contract. He'll be playing till he's 40. And this was a guy playing, for the Bundesliga a decade ago. I mean, it's impressive. So I think getting a guy like Pat Beverly was always a guy I wanted.
Yep.
People hate Pat Beverly, and I understand it. They find him annoying and all that.
But on your team.
But it's the mentality and the energy that he brings to a team of that, we ain't losing. Yeah. Like, everyone loved Bryce Harper saying we ain't losing.
Saying it, right.
That's how those guys play is look, you might be better than me, but I am tougher and I want it more. And I had a problem with the PJ Tucker, the years that he got, but not the player. I don't think a lot of people had a problem with the player.
No,
but
I wanted him.
But
in the
it was something that as you brought up, it was 3-4 guys said basically like they wanted him more. They were tougher.
Yeah,
they made it.
And so you go out and you get PJ Tucker. You go out, you get look. Montrezl Harrell might not even play in the playoffs, but you go out and get a guy that's got an attitude.
Yeah, guys want to fight Giannis after a game.
Right, exactly. You have
Harrell and the ladder versus Giannis.
The only guy that had some sort of, and I'm not even going to go physical toughness. All I heard was George Niang. George Niang is apparently one of the best smack talkers in the NBA. I've heard it in podcasts.
Wow. I didn't know
he's
that.
apparently like a really good smack talker, right? That's it. Who is the other guy that you're like, oh man, I'm glad that guy's in my corner?
Yeah.
Other than Joel Embiid just being 7 feet tall.
And I love Embiid, but when things aren't going well, he wears it.
Yeah.
You know it.
And Harden, you've heard stories of, gets into it with younger players as a role model, but doesn't really do it with the other stars.
Yeah.
It's more so younger players. So is Harden putting Embiid in check? I don't think so.
No, and that's tough for Harden to put him in that spot. He's been on the team for less than
5
a year.
years. Right, exactly.
So it's tough to be like coming in here and even being a former MVP.
Yeah.
First ballot Hall of Fame.
But PJ Tucker might do it because he's like, look, that's
PJ Tucker don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
He's out here to build a legacy and win another championship, so he doesn't care.
Right. Let's go to Roman in Philly. Roman, you're on the Fanatic.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up?
So real quick about the Sixers and why I love them. I'm a huge Sixers fan. I think Joel is one of the most incredible talents we've ever seen. I love rooting for Tyrese Maxey. But the reason that I don't care about the Sixers and the reason why I'm in the constant wake me up when we're in the conference finals mode is because we blew this team up, did the whole process, did the tanking, and still we've gotten no further than we did with Andre Iguodala and Drew Holiday against, the Celtics and the Bulls that year. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah, it sucks. You're beat up, right? And I was a pro process guy. I was all about it, and yeah, I still say it was the right move because I don't know what the Sixers were going to do to change that. I mean, you bring up the Iguodala thing. They also benefited from Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah both being hurt.
Yep.
And then they took 7 games with the Celtics against this team, a team that was coached by Doc Rivers, who we clearly could see where his flaws are. So I don't know how that Sixers team was going to get any better. So the process I still think was the right way to go. It's just you're beat up because they lose to the Celtics in the second round. They lose to the Celtics in the first round because of the bubble.
For example, sorry, I mean, but then it's like there's like the Suns, and the Bucks and the Mavericks and the Hawks got further, and I'm like, they didn't tank, and I'm like, so it was possible to not do this whole thing and actually still go a little bit further.
It was, but ultimately they didn't win a championship.
True,
and it's I get it. Like I think we're all sick of dealing with second round exits. But ultimately, I mean, you look at the teams that have won championships, and I don't know. You got to have a star player, and the easiest way to get a star player is to
right. And let me
top of the
also
draft.
point this out: the Mavericks, they didn't tank; they just sucked, and they got Luka Doncic. Right? The Sixers didn't tank to get Evan Turner. Evan Turner just they
actually got lucky that year with ping pong balls.
Right, exactly. So he's the number 2 overall pick, and he turns out to be not good. So it's like, and that was that draft. That draft was not a good draft. So it just so happens that you don't have to tank, but let's not act like Dirk Nowitzki was dropping 40.
I mean, sorry, Chris. Colangelo messed it up too.
Oh, he did. Absolutely did. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was terrible. I mean, and it's not just everybody looks at the Markelle Fultz trade, which I get. For me, it's not even the Markelle Fultz trade because Markelle Fultz was clear cut the number 1 player available. Sure. This wasn't Anthony Bennett. This was
right.
Everybody said that this guy is the number 1 pick in the draft.
And he fit perfectly with this
team.
For
me, it has to go with drafting Furkan Korkmaz over Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, and Timothé Luwawu-Cabarrot.
Yeah, and TLC over that. Like he just missed.
Thanks, Roman.
Badly.
Yeah.
I wish
and he was supposed to be Mr. Europe.
I wish him nothing but the worst. I hope he has a horrible Christmas. Because the fact that the NBA forced that guy and his daddy on us, and we got the ultimate sign of nepotism because they didn't like what Hinkie was doing. I don't know if Hinkie's plan was going to work out. I don't know.
So when they bring in Colangelo, full disclosure, I was excited because I was like, all right, we're going to go to the next step.
Yeah, there's an adult in the room.
Like we're going to
an adult who never won, but an adult in the room.
Hinkie said he would have kept going. Right? Like he wasn't like, I don't know when the end was. So I'm like, all right, we got to the end. But like you said, the moves, like moving Jeremy Grant, who turns out to be a decent basketball player.
For Ursan
Ilyasova.
For Illy. We're getting Illy.
Didn't really work out.
Like, there aren't a lot of moves that he made. There's 1 or 2, but there's not a lot of moves that he made ultimately that worked out.
And then all these European players that, you're like, oh, man, Andris Pašečnik. He's going to be a great player.
Yeah.
He's the next Porzingis.
He was so good when he wanted to come over. The Sixers said, no, you can sign with another team.
He was the next Porzingis that was drafted in the second round.
You look at that draft. They had, 3 first-round picks that year?
Yeah.
And I mean, they just did not pan out.
No, so
I forgot about Pašečnik.
Yeah, come on, man. Andres.
Sorry, man. Yeah, it's bad. And you look at the fact that it's the next pick, 2 picks later, you're getting a stud. And you weren't all over it. And by the way, this isn't a crap on Colangelo, not ignore the fact that Hinkie drafted, Okafor over Porzingis. Like, he had faults too, but his whole thing was...
Like, Porzingis didn't want to come here because of him.
And that's the thing. Like I am a fan of the process. Mm-hmm. But I'm also willing to admit that Hinkie had
flaws.
Problems and flaws.
Yeah.
The way he treated people, the way he treated agents... pissed them off so much that you've got Porzingis sitting in a hotel room acting like he's throwing up because he doesn't want to work out for the team. Like, That's a problem. So it forces you to draft Okafor 3rd overall when you already have 2 centers on the roster already. That's a problem. But the mindset that he had of, it's not groundbreaking, but the mindset of, okay, Let's have as many shots at the target as possible of getting a top-level talent. How do we do that? We'll suck. That's smart. Like, I'm behind that. I understand that. And his whole thing was, we're going to miss on some of these guys. But if we get 1 to 2 transcendent stars, we're going to be in a good spot. They should have gotten 1 to 2 transcendent stars. Like Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid should crown jewels, right? One did.
Major issues.
And then the other one is baby poop soft.
Yeah.
And just doesn't care about the game of basketball and wants to, play Warzone. So we basically got basketball Kyler Murray.
How about that?
It's unfortunate.
All right, real quick before we get out of here, let's go to Cool in South Philly. Cool, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up?
How are you?
Just get out of here real quick. But I just wanted to say, man, yesterday, I actually think that it's hard. I know it's easy to go to the bottom lines and just be like, the bottom line is every year for the last 3-4 years, we lost in the second round. That is the bottom line.
Yep.
But last year, we just wasn't good enough. Like, sometimes it's just not good enough. Like, the pecking order was the 1, 2, 3, and 4. We were the 4. Miami was the 1. And they were the better team, clear as day. We lost.
And your best player had a fractured face.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if it was the second round or not, really. We just wasn't good enough, though. So, now the year before that, it was a total different story. We were the better team. When we lost, we choked number 1 seed. We lost to Atlanta. We wasn't supposed to lose like that.
Yeah.
I agree to that. I want to go back to yesterday, though, where I really liked the lineup. And I'm going to be honest. It's the difference between P.J. Tucker, just bringing up P.J. Tucker. When P.J. Tucker plays with Harden, it's a reason that he has more time to shoot the open three than when Harden wasn't out there and he was giving us 0.
Yep.
Because now you get to defend Tucker because there's not a real playmaker on our team. So now Tucker's timing on the open corner 3 is less time. So you get to recover on him or not stick him at all because the gravity when Harden is out there is just different. It's just a fact.
Yeah, you have to respect it. And, by the way, he also makes a great pass. Like, Harden's a point guard. He puts it in the right spot.
Passer. Correct. He's an underrated passer for his career. I'm going to go to Embiid, too, really quickly because Embiid, to me, also, we got to be honest, is that Embiid is great. I love Embiid. I'm not an we can't win Embiid guy. I'm going to say this again. I'm not an we can't win it. But we got to be honest that Embiid is sensitive. Most guys are. Shaq was sensitive.
Yeah,
I'm baby poop soft.
We got to talk to. Listen, us guys, we got to have each other's backs. Cool.
Yeah,
we got to have each other's backs. I appreciate the call, man. We do have to go. But he's not wrong. Embiid is a sensitive guy. And
I'm sensitive.
Damn right.
Nasty comments hurt my feelings.
Hey,
what's up, man?
You go get that oatmeal cookie, okay?
Thanks, man. We'll try to do better next week.
Enjoy yourself. All right. Tyler Zulli coming your way next. Chickens and Pizza Malvern. Tom Alvord will be on with them. Everybody have a great rest of your Saturday. And Pat will talk to you tomorrow. I'll talk to you on Monday.
97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, guys. Are you struggling with erectile dysfunction and sick of the pills? There's a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men and is now available in Philadelphia. Oak Hills Medical Clinic uses WAVE technology, backed by 50 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call now to schedule a completely free and confidential assessment. You will receive a free blood flow ultrasound and get something unique that produces powerful results in the bedroom in just minutes. This unprecedented offer is worth $600.